Oh, hey, look, the fishy's there. So unimportant, it's almost like you could forget about it completely. Oh. Alright, oh, hey, look, it's... Oh, come on. It's not so Little Bub anymore. Or it's kind of Little Bub. Oh, yeah, Chainsaw Man premiered this week. That's a manga that people have been recommending to me forever now. And now that it's an anime, I'm assuming I'll get even more recommendations for it. Oh, God, Last Ditch Effort. Is this... Oh, my God, that's all my money. I was like, I don't even want to know why I'm looking at other stuff. Oh, I can buy more blue plushes. God, no wonder I lost all my money. Those plushes are expensive. And that's all my locker is plushes. I should change my outfit. Well, just while I'm thinking about it. Sure, I can use Bear Hood. Oh, that's amiibo gear. Okay. God, I don't need ink recover. I don't need ink saver up. I don't need quick jump either. Ooh, what are you? Enprey? Where the shoe? Didn't I just buy? Oh, it must have been these. It's like, didn't I just buy shoes? God, look at us. We look like a mess. This outfit is ugly. It actually looks a little better, sadly. Oh, yeah, that's... What are you? Taraka... You're crap. Okay, so I've got two... Ah, whatever. Let's just go with what we got. It looks so ugly, but whatever. Let's jump into just some normal Turf Wars, shall we? So, I'll be completely honest, we have a packed show tonight. We've got, well, Pokemon stuff, but honestly, it's Pokemon stuff. It's about the bare minimum. You know how it goes. We've got, which, to be fair, I mean, it's more, with us getting that trailer, what, last week or something? Honestly, getting another one so quickly was not what I was expecting. But, yeah. We got Pokemon. We've got Minecraft Live. That happened today. Yep, that happened. And then we've got the finale, the season finale of She-Hulk was this week, as well as the season premiere of The Owl House. You better believe I'm excited about that one. And then I finally finished Amphibia Season 2. So we'll be talking about that as well. So it is a... Oh, God, Hammerhead Bridge. 30 minutes. I just got to get through 30 minutes of this. And then the stage rotation changes. So yeah, we've got a very packed show tonight. Like, seriously, it's a lot. And it's been a very, very long day. Let's put it like that. It's been a long day. It's been an exhausting day, to say the least. Oh wow, I actually got somebody. So, you know, I'm just going to jump right into it. We're not even going to finish a single battle. I'm just going to jump right in. So, the first thing is Pokemon. So, last week we got this, like, giant overview trailer. And this week, they revealed one of the new gym leaders. Her name is Iono. Which, hey, is that how you pronounce that? Lone's name? There's an Animal Crossing villager named Iona, whose name I could never pronounce. Like, seriously, go watch the series. She's in my Animal Crossing series. At least she shows up at one point or another. And I could never pronounce her name, because I never knew how to pronounce it, because it's a name I'd never seen before. But I know how to pronounce it now, because this trailer had voice acting! Kind of. Well, it did. It was in Japanese. And they dubbed it for English, which is fine, you know. Ah, shit. So it started off when the Pokemon Company on, like, Thursday said that tomorrow, like, on Wednesday, we're getting a new trailer. And I was like, oh, wow, already this quick? And then one of the, like, I want to say it was like Pokemon like Singapore or Pokemon Japan, or it wasn't Japan, it definitely wasn't. But it was one of those Pokemons. It wasn't, I know it wasn't America either. Or UK. They spoiled that the new character, they like gave the outline. And basically hinted that, yeah, they're a YouTuber / streamer. I think they use streamer specifically. So then the actual trailer came out. And yeah, they're a streamer. Which, Pokemon, this is nothing new for Pokemon. They're specifically Ryan in Gen 8 is a social media influencer. I always think he's an Instagram model. I don't think they actually say what he uses. They just say, you know, he's an influencer. My interpretation, though, because he's always taking pictures, is he's an Instagram influencer. That's always been my take on it. So yeah, we got another one. This one, though, Iona, is clearly... Oh, hey, look, there's that headset Judd. So I was, you know, side tangent real quick. Since we're seeing headset Judd. With headset Judd, the speculation is that, oh, was Judd the real evil... After beating the story mode, Judd gets the headset. So was Judd secretly the big evil mastermind behind Grizzco? My answer is no. But now that Mr. Grizz is stuck in space, Judd has taken over for him and is running Grizzco. That's my guess. No, Judd was not the evil mastermind, but he's instead running Grizzco. I thought about it a little bit more after the stream, and yeah, that makes perfect sense in my opinion. And the fact that he's only wearing the headset now, I think fully supports that. And because Splatoon's not a voice-acted game, you don't notice that. But yeah, so we got this new streamer, and yeah, the stream was voice-acted in Japanese with English subtitles, which is, you know, neat. Of course, a lot of people, myself including, really thinks that Pokemon needs voice acting. Of course, let's be honest, if Pokemon got voice actors, they'd probably pay them, what, $300? We know how cheap the Pokemon Company comes to making their games. Right? How cheap are they going to be to pay their voice actors? We're talking about that story next. Yeah, God. But yeah, so we get this new character, and you know, I think their design's fine. I think they have a cute design. You know, it's clearly aping off of VTubers. VTubers are the new shit right now. I mean, I'm sure VTubers exist. I mean, Miku's been around forever now. But I mean, like, I'm sure VTubers existed when the last Pokemon game came out. But I legitimately have... You could have told me no, and I would totally believe you as well. I definitely had never heard of them. But yeah, VTubers are a thing, and this character is totally based on a VTuber. And honestly, I think it's a missed opportunity. At least at this moment. Things might change in the future. But at this moment, I think it's a wasted opportunity for this not to have been a VTuber play of the game. Right? Like, imagine if they had actively used this character to, you know, play the new Pokemon game. Like, hey, meet Iono. And hey, she's gonna play through the first 10 minutes of Scarlet, or maybe not the first 10 minutes, but, you know, she's gonna give you a 10-minute tour of the overworld. And it's structured just like a VTuber stream. I think that's a missed opportunity. Especially with the overview trailer last week. Like, instead of getting an overview trailer, right, 10 minutes of, like a pretend person going around the overworld. Would it have been cringe? Fucking absolutely. Right? It would have been absolutely cringe. I've watched enough, EA Call of Duty demos. Or not Call of Duty. EA Anthem demos. That's the game I was thinking of. Right? Of people, actors pretending to play video games. To know it's always cringe. Right? Again, Anthem is the first thing that comes to mind. There are plenty of other examples. Plenty of examples before Anthem, honestly, as well. But Anthem is just the first one I think of, personally. Because it was bad. For some reason, maybe I'm just... Yeah, the Anthem one was bad. But yeah, so instead, right, we just get this little stream where she's interacting with the chat. Of course, there's porn of this character already. It took them 10... I mean, it's Pokemon. Everything gets porn. Because even though Pokemon can't design that great of Pokemon anymore, their human characters are still top-notch. Alright, they've got a great eye for character design. But yeah, so yeah, I think their design is fine. You know, honestly, I think it's fine. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, people have been comparing her to Eliza, because she's an electric-type gym leader. From Eliza from Gen 5. I think it's Eliza. Maybe it's Elisa. Something like that. Either way, I like Eliza. I'm going to call her Eliza. God, I can't remember if it's an S or a Z. Either way, yeah. I liked her design more, but it's simpler. She had a simpler design. This one's doing a lot. Also, she's like all legs. Like, now that we have official art of her, yeah, she's all legs. But yeah, I like the design. The problem with this stream, though, or this video, was that they didn't actually show anything. It's all hints that, like, hey, guess what? You're gonna see here's a guessing game for who's my partner Pokemon. Tune back in next time when we'll actually talk about when I'll reveal who my partner Pokemon is. And of course people were like, oh, is it this Pokemon? Is it this Pokemon? I knew from the moment it happened, I was like, yep, I know exactly who it is. Mainly because of the leaks, honestly. I knew it was going to be the electric frog. Based on the leaks, I know there's an electric frog. So I was like, it's going to be the electric frog. I am disappointed she's got Magnemite hair clips. I'm disappointed her Magnemite hair clips aren't also Pokemon. Especially because leaks. I'm going to talk about the leaks real quick for 30 seconds. So 30 seconds talking about the leaks now. We know from the leaks that there is a new Paradox form of Magneton. Not Magnezone. Magneton. The second stage. So if we're getting a second stage form, why the hell aren't we also getting a first stage form? Like, what's up with that? Maybe it's just one of those things that's confusion on the leaker side, that they saw these hairpins and were like, oh, maybe there's something there. I don't know. It's just weird. Yeah, okay, so we're done talking about that now. I do think the Magnemite design is cute. Gender reveal Magnemite, as I've been calling it, because that's what it reminds me of, honestly. Gender reveal. Yeah, gender reveal Magnemite's fine. You know, it's a fine design. I'm kind of surprised they're not using it. That it's just hairpins, but you know, to the Pokemon Company's own. It's kind of a waste of a design, but whatever. I mean, we've seen weirder inanimate objects be Pokemon. Why can't we have a Pokemon-looking inanimate object be a Pokemon? Whatever. Whatever. So, yeah, they didn't actually reveal any new Pokemon during the first stream. It was like a 3-minute video. So, you know, all those people got up at 6 a.m. to watch the new Pokemon trailer. And all it was 3 minutes of a VTuber talking to camera, asking people to guess their next Pokemon. I don't think there was any indication of when the second part was going to be revealed. They might have, but I legitimately have no memory of them saying, oh, well, tune back in on Friday for the actual reveal. They might have said that and I might have missed it, but I don't remember them saying that. But yeah, on Friday, part 2 was posted, and we actually got to see the new Pokemon, whose name is Bellibolt? Bellibolt? That's what it basically is, Bellibolt. And it's based on a frog. Specifically, this frog that has, like... At least it's fan speculated that it's based on this frog that has, like, eyes on its back. Because even though it has, like, these 2 white orbs that stick out of its head that look an awful lot like eyes, this thing doesn't actually have eyes. Right, those aren't its eyes, I mean. It has eyes. Its eyes are like you would think its eyes are its nostrils if you were to just look at a picture of it. Right? That's kind of what this thing is designed like. Its eyes are not where you'd expect eyes to be. Or at least where what looks like it should be the eyes. But it's this green creature, and it's got this big black void in its stomach that's got a little light because it's got a plasma ball in its stomach. I think plasma balls are neat. You know, I haven't had one. I had one as a kid. God, I have no idea what happened to it. But yeah, I think plasma balls are neat, I guess. And, I don't know. Honestly, I do not like this Pokemon's design. It's for a frog Pokemon. It looks nothing like a frog. People have instead been comparing it to Chansey. And honestly, it looks... If you look at the comparison, like seriously, look it up. Look Chansey next to this thing. They look fucking identical. Like, no joke. This thing does look just like Chansey. And it looks nothing like a frog. Like Croagunk, Seismitoad, other frog Pokemon, Greninja, they look like frogs. This looks nothing like a frog. And now part of me wants to argue that that's because of the change in Pokemon art style. Right? Like, Pokemon has gone through art style changes over the years. The prime example is the Fox Pokemon. If you look at the Gen 1 Fox Pokemon Vulpix and the Gen 5 Fox Pokemon Zorua, you can see the difference in just art style. I think the feet are the biggest giveaway, honestly. I think the feet stand out the most as like, yep, because Vulpix has more detailed feet than Zorua. Yeah, that's it. Vulpix has more detailed feet. There are other changes as well. Like, that's the first one I think of. But yeah, so that's one of those things where it's like, maybe this is just part of the Pokemon art style change. Right? That as Pokemon has changed its art style, right, Frog has gotten simpler. But the example I just used happened in Gen 5. Gen 6 Greninja still looks like a frog. Of course, Pokemon has also changed its art style again in Gen 7. Right? The Pokemon's art style has not... Right? It's not a static art style. It's changed multiple times. And you see that conflict between different games. Oh god, we're not going to talk about that. I just remembered I did a big thing for Pokemon, and I was going to talk about it this week, but we have such a busy show. We'll talk about it next week. I promise. Remind me to talk about the thing. But yeah, so I do not like this thing's design. It looks nothing like a frog. And it's I know it looks more like a Chansey, but even though I think I should, right? Plasma Ball Pokemon. I hope its variant has the typical pink Plasma Ball. But yeah, even though I should in theory like this thing, because Plasma Ball, it just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me at all. So I'm honestly not too impressed with it. I don't know. Again, I have been very hit and miss. Well, since Gen 8, but especially this generation especially, I have literally liked 2.5 Pokemon, half of Sprigatito, because we all know it's gonna become sexy, right? Like we can all see the future. It's gonna be sexy. I'm still probably gonna go with it because Quaxly's probably gonna be fucking water fighting, and I hate fighting types. I've come to the conclusion I just straight up hate fighting types. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna go Quaxly, and Fuecoco doesn't do it for me. So yeah, Sprigatito. I like half of Sprigatito. I like Armarouge. So I like Cerule Edge, but Armarouge is fine. So yeah, I guess that's 2. So I guess a third one would be I like the Mouse Couple. I think the Mouse Couple is cute. Other than that, I have not been impressed with anything this generation. Some stuff might be cool, but we'll have to wait and see. You know? So yeah, I did not like this. It does have a special ability that when it gets hit, its attack goes up. So like the more damage it takes, the more the stronger it gets, which might be good. I mean, I do like when Pokemon plays around with that, but no, I mean, who knows? You know, you never know what you're going to end up with on your team. I know some people like to predict their entire team before they make the game, or before they play the game. I think that's a bad way to look at things. That's how you end up with using Gengar every generation. Actually, that's a whole different problem, but whatever. Gengar's in this new game. I was like, what's the chance that Gengar's not in this game? No, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm 90. They wouldn't leave out Gengar. They're gonna leave out Spheal, though. Even though it just got a giant new plush. They're gonna leave out Spheal, mark my words. Again, we'll talk about it next week. So yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, honestly, you never know. I did not expect to use a Beware on my team. And that ended up happening, and that was actually decent. I mean, admittedly, it could have gone better. God, Beware could have gone better. I really fucked up that on Gen 7. I really fucked up Lycanroc. That's one of my biggest regrets, is fucking ruining Lycanroc. Because God, I thought that thing was cool, and then I just ruined it. But yeah, what's another Pokemon I've used? I've used, I'm trying to think. What's another Pokemon that I've used that I mean, Steelix, kind of. Oh, God, Overquill. I didn't know Overquill existed until I saw the regional variant in Legends Arceus. And I was like, oh shit! I'm gonna use Quillfish, because they gotta have given this thing a new evolution. And then I didn't actually obtain its evolution until well into the post-game. God, I can't even remember if I beat the final boss with just Quillfish. Like the super secret final boss. I legitimately do not remember. It's been so long now. But yeah. So yeah, you never know. You never know, right? Maybe I pick this thing up and it does really well for me. So yeah, that's the Pokemon news. Again, the game comes out in, I want to say, a little over a month. I want to say it's a little over a month. So it'll be here before we know it. I'm going to guess they're going to reveal, let's say, 3 more Pokemon. We're going to get probably 2 more trailers. And they're going to reveal, one trailer is going to reveal 2, and the other one's going to reveal 1. Yeah, that sounds good for me. Actually, they're probably going to do closer to 5 or 6. If I really think about it, I don't think we're going to get the starter. We're definitely not getting the starter final evolutions. We're probably not getting the starter mid evolutions either. We might. Honestly, that might be the last trailer for the game, is the starter mid evolutions. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Again, a lot of leaks have happened since then, and we'll talk about it. Again, I would have talked about it tonight, but we'll talk about it next week. Yeah, no, I'm gonna save that for next week. I shouldn't. I mean, it's already. Again, the game doesn't come out for a month, so yeah, we'll talk about it next week. I made a chart. Massive spoilers, but I made a chart. All right, so next up, I have no problem just keeping going. So next up, let's see, what's her name? Hellena Taylor. So Hellena Taylor voiced Bayonetta in the first 2 Bayonetta games. She is not voicing Bayonetta in Bayonetta 3. And of course, there were a lot of questions about that, like, why isn't she? And the official statement was that she's not voicing Bayonetta because of scheduling conflicts. That was the official statement. I want to say put out by Platinum Games themselves. I'm going to guess it was Platinum Games themselves. Because I don't know if she ever commented on it, besides saying that she's not going to be reprising the role. Right? I really don't know. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so that was this statement, and right, people were of course disappointed because she does a great fucking job in the role. Like, let's be real here. She's done a great job. But it came out she put out a statement, potentially breaking an NDA, in all honesty. In all honesty, this probably breaks an NDA. That, the reason she's not voicing Bayonetta is because Platinum Games only offered her $4,000 to voice the character again. That's it. That was all the money they were going to give her to reprise her role as Bayonetta for a 3rd game. So, yeah. I mean, I know we see, right, constant mistreatment of voice actors. The Mario Brothers movie trailer came out last week, and instead they're paying Chris Pratt, I don't know, probably $500,000 to play Mario, right, where a real voice actor who actually knows what they're doing. I mean, Chris Pratt's voice acting, but you know what I mean, right? People like Chris Pratt and Jack Black, they've done voice acting work before. Jack Black's done a bunch, actually. But, right, there's this whole... Voice actors are just poorly treated in the industry. We know, and people from all sides have been coming out to support her. Right? The one I mainly saw was the one who voices Rivali in Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity, talking about how he only got a few thousand to play between both the games, right? To play the character. And because the industry does not give a shit about voice actors. As far as I know, like, actors are unionized, right? There's an actors union, and that has definitely come into play during certain projects. So, yeah, as far as I know, voice actors aren't. And, voice actors just get disrespected constantly. And this is just another one on the pile. And, of course, Hideki Kamiya, who, right, is one of the heads of Platinum Studios and, worked on the game, presumably. God, did he create Bayonetta, or was that... I do not remember. But, of course, he came out immediately and was like, nope, this is a lie. Don't believe this. I don't believe a single fucking thing out of Kamiya's mouth. He went on such a tirade today that he's literally blocked on Twitter. That, like, they suspended him from Twitter. Yeah, you have to go on a big fucking tirade to get that to happen. I mean, look, Kanye West was literally spitting out stuff that was equivalent to Nazis. And that's what got him banned on Twitter. Or suspended for the moment. I'm not saying those two things are comparable. Because what Kanye did is way worse. And I don't know how anyone still defends Kanye. But, yeah. It's just an example. So, yeah, that, of course, right, the industry, and this is no surprise. Another one, Caden Jensen came out today. And, well, they had a lot of allegations against Rooster Teeth, and, yep. It lines up with everything else that's happened. God. Company, man. But yeah, and they talked about how for doing all their voice acting work for Rooster Teeth, they did not get paid any extra money. It was all like, well, you work for the company, so this is part of your company's duty. And yeah, that's a whole thing that just I should talk about, but I really don't want to. Just fucking be better. Be better. God, fucking damn. It's good it's coming out. It makes... I have to stop financially supporting the company. It just, it's like fucking Ubisoft, you know? I always speak out against Ubisoft. Rooster Teeth is no better than Ubisoft. Really, I really do need to stop financially supporting them. I think this is it. I really do. I mean, I don't fucking watch their stuff anymore, to be fair. I mean, I literally only... I listen to Fuckface, and I've been watching Michael and Matt play Wind Waker, and Matt got laid off from the company, and he's now going independent. So, yeah. God, I think I'm done. Fuck. Oh, but Extra Life. God, I love Extra Life. Fuck. I don't know. I'm probably... God. Everything fucking sucks. You know, I think that's what it all comes down to. Everything fucking sucks. But yeah, so this Bayonetta thing, you know, they asked for a protest of the game that they would much Helena Taylor said that they would much rather have, right, people donate money to charity than play Bayonetta 3. I don't know how much that's gonna happen, honestly. I don't plan on picking it up, but I wasn't gonna pick it up to begin with. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. It might. I don't see it. I mean, I hope they make some change. Again, I want better things for voice actors, but this is industry-wide, right? The way to make this better is to unionize. But unionizing ain't easy. So yeah. But unionize. God, the world fucking sucks. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to another... Yeah, this isn't sucky, but I'm gonna move on. God, fucking damn. So Minecraft Live was today. So we're gonna go over the stuff you don't give a shit about before we get to the stuff you do give a shit about. So let's start off with Minecraft Legends. That's where they started off. So let's start off there. I'm interested in this game. Honestly, much to my own surprise. Wow, oh my god. I'm interested in Minecraft Legends. I don't know how much I will like it, but I'm interested in it. That's for sure. It's an interesting... I don't know. It's definitely more of a... Oh, it's... I kept comparing it to Dragon Quest Builders. It's not like Dragon Quest Builders. It's more of like, oh, I don't even know the genre, but basically you build up an army, and then you take that army to invade an enemy's base, right? Like in the trailer, they showed like an army of like the new, like they showed off new animals. Like there's a badger, there's this like this purple tiger. I want to say there's a porcupine. And they showed like them gathering this like army of those, as well as like creepers and zombies, and like there's a bunch of golems. Like there's a sandstone golem and I think it was just a normal stone. I don't know, there was a bunch of different types of golems, and they showed them all off. And then they go and they, with like, I think it was 4-player multiplayer, and they raid an enemy's base. Right? So their goal is to take down this like giant nether portal in the center of the base, but along the way, you know, they also deal with other stuff. And there's this whole like level of exploration, like you're running around this procedurally generated world, right? And you can build structures. Like when they do the actual base raid, they post like arrow towers, and they've got like, they clear a way to bring in this giant like stone golem that like chucks like stone at the enemy's base. So that was, I don't know, I think it looks fine. Honestly, I think it looks fine. I don't know. I don't know. I actually have no idea what the general reaction to this is. Same thing with Minecraft Dungeons. I had no idea what the reaction to that was. And then it came out, and even though a lot of people were calling it baby's first Diablo, people did not like it. I mean, I'm sure there are the fact that it's still getting supported makes me think that there are definitely some people playing it. I'm surprised you don't get I found out you don't get all the DLC for the game on Game Pass. That even though the game's available on Game Pass, you have to buy all the DLC. Which, yeah, that's fucking... Like, if honestly, if Game Pass had all the DLC in it, I might actually play that. I might actually have given it a try, because I do have Game Pass now. Because I did not have an Xbox when that game was revealed. But that's probably... That's probably, I don't know, that's probably not going to happen. I'm going to be completely honest, I have no intention of playing Dungeons. Speaking of Dungeons, they announced a new update. There's like this new tower, there's new levels to this tower, and they're adding multiplayer to this tower, so if you want to play it with your friends... That just came out of... Maybe it came from the upper level, but it legitimately looked like it just came out of nowheres. But yeah, there was something with that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't give a shit about Minecraft Dungeons. I mean, I might have, but... Yeah, that DLC thing is like, nah, I'm good. So yeah, they showed off... So I had seen this mob builder before. Like, I think there's a YouTuber who goes by, like, Phoenix or something like that. And I've seen this... At least I feel like it's Phoenix who I'm thinking of. I feel like I've seen them use this mob builder before. But I didn't know it was, like, an officially licensed thing. But yeah, there was this whole segment about this Minecraft mob builder thing that allows you to, like, basically make your own mobs in Minecraft. I mean, again, people are going to be disappointed by the mob vote regardless. So, whether even though the 50% who got the one they liked, they're still going to be disappointed. So, like, so having this tool that allows you to create your own mobs, not a bad idea. Again, I like... It honestly feels like mod accessibility. Like, not everyone can create a Minecraft mod. But using this tool, well, hey, it's possible. Sure, is it not going to be as good as, like... Could you not do as much as you could with an actual Minecraft mod? Yes. But it still goes a long way. Honestly, I think that's very interesting, and I like that. Would I ever use it? No, but... Curious and curiouser. Next up, they showed off a Batman thing. So they're, you know how like they've had like the SpongeBob, the Steven Universe, the Mario level. Well, there's a Batman one. And again, it's wild how much they do with these things. Because this Batman one, right, like, I'm not going to say it would have tricked me into thinking it was a whole different game. But it definitely, like, seeing them move around, it feels like a whole different game. But yeah, basically you play as Batman, and you go around, you stop the Riddler. You do something, yeah, it's like you stop the Riddler, you stop the Penguin. It's Harlan and Ivy are together, right? I like that. And you play as Batman, Robin, Batgirl. I'm assuming they'll have other characters and other skins. But yeah, there's a whole Gotham City. It's just wild, like what those. I've never messed around with any of the Minecraft stuff, mainly because I hate what some of that stuff means. The fucking mine coins. God damn. Talk about ruining a game. Right. I ignore it the best I can. But God, they do some neat stuff. Right? The game's come a long way, is what I'm saying. Now, if only they could put fucking Tekkit and things like Tekkit and fucking, I don't know, what's another mod pack? Stone Block, Sky Factory. Right? If only we could get some of that in these storefronts. I know someone bootlegged the Aether, but getting some of that stuff would be cool. Another thing they're putting in the shop, and this. So remember when Fortnite put in the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech thing? Yeah. We talked about that during an episode of In Chat or Animal Crossing, one of those two series. And at the time, I had very conflicted feelings about it. Because on one hand, putting that serious subject matter in a video game like Fortnite feels kind of fucking stupid. But at the same time, like, kids are actually gonna check it out. And, you know, if some kid learns that racism is bad because of Fortnite, because they love Fortnite and Fortnite says racism bad, and their parents don't give a shit / are racist, that's a good thing? Again, the media we consume does affect us. I know some people say that no. Right? Oh, it's a kid's show. You don't have to take it seriously. But that's exactly why. The fact that kids are watching it is why it needs to be taken seriously. And, right, kid, and you are definitely 100% shaped by the media you consume. So, yeah, if Fortnite's going to tackle this serious subject issue, and, you know, get actual real-world professionals to come in and help them do it, right? Again, I ended up actually walking away positively from the Fortnite thing. Did they fuck some things up? Oh god, yes. Oh my god, yes. But, you know, they are trying. So Minecraft's gonna do something similar. So they announced, what did they call it? Minecraft for Change. Which is a series of maps that you can download right through the Bedrock Edition store. That are kind of like that. So the first one is about Arctic animals. So there's one about like Arctic animals, like, you know, polar bears, and I want to say there was like a bird of some kind. I don't remember all the details. Foxes maybe, there might have been an Arctic fox. But yeah, there's something like that, and you actually get to like play as these animals. And while doing this map or whatever, you get to learn about, right, like global warming and whatnot. The second one is also, is about the mangrove swamps. Like real-world mangrove swamps. And you get to learn about deforestation and how climate change is killing real-life mangrove swamps. And, right, how that thing is affecting it. And you get to you get to plant trees and hear from experts on the subject. Honestly, yeah. Okay. The next one is about, what was it? It was called Latin Explorers. And it's about, Latino history and learning about important figures from Latino history. And they're working with, I don't remember the organization, but they are right, much like how Fortnite worked with someone. They are working with someone to do this. They're working with I don't remember, but yeah, they've got someone, and then they're also doing the final one is on the Nobel Peace Prize, where you get to play through and learn about like Nobel Peace Prize recipients and what they did to earn their Nobel Peace Prize and whatnot. And I think they're working with some sort of educational program about that. And yeah, oh my gosh, 3.3, wow. Honestly, I find all this stuff very weird. And admittedly, I think this will go better than Fortnite, hopefully, because there's no, like... I mean, I know Minecraft does actually have emotes in the Bedrock Edition, but these all seem to be single-player experiences, more or less. I mean, I'm sure you can play them with friends. And I know Minecraft Educational Edition has been a thing for a long time now. Like, I am fully aware of that. It's just, yeah, this is a very interesting thing. But at the end of the day, if some kid... right, sees these for free, plays through them, and learns a lot, and right, learns about these important issues, then it's done net good. Right? Like, yeah, no, I'm actually I'm fine with this. It's weird for sure. It's fucking weird for sure, and it was weird when Fortnite did it. But I kind of have no problem with it. Like... I mean, I hope it does more harm than good, or more good than harm. I don't know. Honestly, the Fortnite thing went... Again, there were some fuck-ups along the way, but they did it again this year, so something must have gone right if they were willing to do it again. So I guess that takes us to the update. So the 1.20 update was announced. For the moment, it is going unnamed. It is simply called the 1.20 update because this time, for this update, they want to name it with the community. Not a terrible idea. However, as part of this, part of what they talked about was that for this update, because of how much bad PR they got from the last update, right? That you had things like the fireflies, like the new birch biome, that because those didn't happen and people gave them a lot of shit for it, they came out and were like, this time we're going to learn from our mistakes. We're going to only announce features that we know are going to be in the game. So you're only going to get the big... So, right, there's no... Right, like stuff like archaeology, right? That was announced way in advance. We're not going to give you anything like that. Even stuff like the bundle that was like testing in that was right being tested in Pocket Edition and whatnot. Right? Not even stuff like that. I think it was Pocket Edition. I don't know. Maybe it was one of those editions. The bundles were being... Holy shit! Oh, baby, a triple! Oh! And we made no heading from that. we got no ground from that. Holy shit. So yeah, right. So they're saying they're learning from their mistakes, which, to be fair, this isn't the first time they've said something like that. At least I don't think it is. But so for this time, so as a result, they're only announcing features that are done. That came at the cost, however, that they didn't fucking announce anything. Right? This is a lot. I've seen people joke and call this the nothing update. Yeah, they didn't fucking... Because they're now playing it so safe that they fucking announced nothing. I mean, they did announce a few things, but like, this is 1.20. You know, Big 10. Admittedly, I don't think 1.10 was that special either. What was Minecraft 1.10? I know the original, well, 1.9 was Ender Dragon. Beta, well, it was 1.0, but, yeah. Minecraft 1.10. Yeah, 1.10 fucking sucked. It added polar bears. It added, husks and strays. I have no idea what else this is. Honestly, yeah. But I can tell you it just added polar bears. Right? That's enough to me to know that, yeah, this was one of the other... I want to say, 1.10 was... I don't think it was the first update after Microsoft bought Mojang. But I feel like it was one of them. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm thinking of a different... Because I remember that update being underwhelming as well. But yeah, But right, I want 1.20 to be a big, fun update. But this, they just didn't announce anything. And, like, even if they had, like... If they had kept what they had announced here, but ended on, like, one big thing. Because as we know, as Nintendo learned the hard way, and then Sony didn't learn, but then had to learn themselves, and I legitimately don't think Xbox has learned it. Even the Game Awards learned it. You always have to end on something big. Some big show closer announcement that, right, blows people away. And they ended on the reveal of who won the mob vote, which we already fucking knew. Not a single person didn't see this coming. I fucking called it. The second I saw it. And if I called it, everybody else must have. Because I'm pretty decent at reading the writing on the wall when it comes to video games. But, yeah. God, we all knew what this was. This was not what the big ending was. The big ending, they should have shown something. Even if it was just that, hey, guess what, we're doing archaeology. Right? That, hey, here's something new from archaeology that's in development. But instead, they played it super fucking safe. So what did they actually reveal? Well, let me pull up my list real quick. Because I closed it because snapshot. So the first thing they showed off was... the first thing they showed off was they're doing new default skins. So Minecraft originally had Alex as the default skin. And then I want to say in 1.4. I want to say it was 1.4. It might have been later than that. I don't think it was earlier than that. They added a second character, Alex, who, right, was the female Minecraft character. They, Alex was... the difference between the two skins was that Alex was had smaller arms. Other than that, Steve and Alex are basically the same. Right? So they announced that as part of, trying to be more inclusive, because a lot of what they're talking about for this update sounds like they want to do a community-focused thing. Like, that's part of the reason why they're only showing off certain features, is because they want to do a community-focused update that's built hand-in-hand with the community. We'll see how that fucking plays out. Community-driven doesn't always work. I've been around the block long enough to know that community-driven doesn't fucking work. It's not always a failure, but, because, sometimes the community's right. If you want, I can give you an example, Darkest Dungeon. The developers of Darkest Dungeon had a feature they wanted to add into the game. Don't remember actually what that feature is. I legitimately have no idea. It might have been like Insanity or something like that. But they had this feature they wanted into the game, so they added it, and fans hated it. Because it was not a good feature. And so, after a lot of backlash and some community feedback, they made it optional. They added the option to turn the feature on if you wanted it. Oh wow, we actually did pretty decent. Yeah. I did not think we were doing that well, honestly. So yeah, this does... Right, community feedback can work, but not always. But yeah, so they're adding in new default skins. So you have Steve, Alex... I know, I want to say one of them is Noor. Noor. They all had names. Let me open up Twitter real quick. I might have saved it on Twitter. Let's see. They are, at least I have 3 of them. Sunny, Efe, and Noor. So yeah. Now these had actually, they were in the trailer for the previous update. But yeah, so now when you use Minecraft, you can now pick one of these default skins. And again, I'm all for inclusivity. I think this is good. The one thing that like, it doesn't give me hesitation. But the one thing where I'm like, is that Minecraft already just allows you to make your skin. Right? Like, Minecraft is one of the few... Right? Like, I see games like Pokémon and Animal Crossing, where, right, you can only play as a white dude for a majority of the games. And it wasn't until they added character customization that you could get darker skin colors. But Minecraft has always had skin customization. You could always play, right, somebody else. And you can play as like a fucking panda if you want. Right? You could be a robot. You could be a space captain. You can be a dwarf. You can be an old man. You could be a granny. You could be a pig. They better, if this is the community-driven update that they're talking about, they better make that Technoblade thing real. Where you can if you name tag a pig Technoblade, it gives it a crown. I'm gonna be so fucking disappointed if they don't do that. What a fucking... They're not going to, but they really should. They really should. And I know that's that sets a precedent that, anyone, right, that tons of people will be memorialized in Minecraft. But maybe they should be, you know? Minecraft is nothing without its community. So maybe its community should be immortalized in the game. All of them. Always. They really should make it so that you could get player heads and then just name player heads. I'm honestly amazed that hasn't been a feature up until this point. Because I know you can do it with resource or whatever pack, or like not mods. You can do it with MC Edit, which is not a mod. I mean, I guess kind of. It's an external program. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. I mean, why would I complain about this, right? Adding in new characters, it's just it's weird, but I mean, I guess I kind of get it. I mean, not everyone's gonna know how to download a skin, especially on fucking Bedrock Edition. God, paying money for a skin, like I'm honestly amazed I can still use my Chicken Man. Like, as far as I know, right, there's no other way. Like, if I wanted to, like, let's say that skin got deleted, and I tried to recreate it, as far as I know, I straight up would not be able to. Because of how they fucking destroyed their skin economy. So, at least, on Bedrock Edition especially, no, this is actually pretty great. The fact that, right, you now have, let me see, is it 9? I think it's 9, right, yeah, it's 9 skins to choose from. So yeah, no, I'm right. I have no complaints. Of course, why would I? I don't know why. I think that's just my default statement. So yeah, this makes sense. But yeah, I think, especially, God, I hate the fucking skin customization in Bedrock. I'm lucky to have my Chicken Man still. I mean, I honestly remade my PC skin the Chicken Man just because I use it so much. But yeah. So yeah, next up, they talked about hanging item frames. Or, not hanging item frames. It was already hanging. They talked about hanging signs. So, these are kind of like how lanterns are more expensive torches. These are more expensive signs. You can hang them from blocks. You can hang them out from a wall, so it, like, comes with, like, an extra stick that, like, it hangs off of. And you can hang them beneath fence posts. And they, like, hang on 2 chains. Great feature. Honestly, I love this. I love hanging. Like specifically the middle one, the one that you can like hang out on a post. God, people are gonna make so many like that. That has so much potential for like item shops and whatnot, like ye old item shop, medieval stuff. Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm all in favor of that. I think Hanging Sands are a great little addition. Yeah. Next up, they announced a new wood type. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I want 100 new wood types. I want every color of the rainbow. I want everything under the sun. I'm surprised they don't have a yellow wood type. Like a more yellowish. But we got, so our new, I mean, I know wood's already like brown, yellowish. But like, you know, specifically like a yellow, like a, not a piss yellow, but like, right, like a beer yellow. I'm kind of surprised. But we got our new wood type, bamboo. So this isn't, right, a traditional wood type from a log, but it's a brand new wood type that comes from bamboo, which, you know, would be really cool if it wasn't for the fact that bamboo's fucking rare. At least for me it is. I can never find a jungle when I need one. But it's got this new wood type. It's not like, it doesn't look like all the other wood textures. It looks like bamboo wood. Honestly, I think it looks great. I see so much potential for this new wood type. I think it's going to look fantastic in the game. You already see some, you already in the trailer see some great builds with it. So yeah, I already think I'm already on board with a new wood type, always and forever, infinite new woods. But infinite new woods. But the thing that I love, my favorite thing of the new wood type, is the new boat. So they're adding in a new boat, but it's not like a traditional boat. It instead is a raft. You've got a... Oh, how did that not... Oh my god. How did that not hit? It's a bamboo raft, and it looks fantastic. Honestly, I think it looks better than the boat. Because, yeah, rafting... I mean, I've seen mods do rafts, like wooden rafts. They're mostly usually bigger than this. But yeah, I think the raft is a fantastic design. I think it looks great. I think it makes a lot of sense in something like Minecraft, right? Like a raft makes more sense than a straight up like boat, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I think it's a great design. There, of course, is raft with chest, but it's just a cosmetic difference basically. I assume it's going to be crafted either the same way or very similarly to how you craft a boat, right? Like it might be. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be crafted the same way as a boat, more or less. Maybe it might use 2 less wood. But, no, I love it. I hope they do more stuff like this. I love the idea of, like, specific woods getting, like, just slight variants on the traditional wood stuff. Right? Like, I hope we see more stuff like this in the future. Because I think it's a great idea. So yeah, I'm impressed with that. I think the raft is a fantastic. Next up, they revealed... let's see here. Oh, they talked about a new bookshelf. So they're adding in a compact bookshelf, which is a bookshelf where you can place the books. Oh my gosh, I only have the... Yeah, of course it was a must-buy. I mean, did you see how... Crab tank. So yeah, it's a compact bookshelf where you can place 6 books in it. And, you know, it's more for, like, story builders and, right, people who make stories in their Minecraft world. Adventure map makers. Do people still make adventure maps? Right? It's something I was thinking about. Like, do people... Because, like, I'm going to say the golden age of adventure maps is over. But then I see that fucking Batman thing, and I'm like, you know, people might still... Like, has that replaced adventure maps? Because adventure maps used to be all the shit, right? Sit down to see Yogscast do, like, the new adventure map. The Dropper 2, right? That was super exciting to see. But I feel like those just don't exist anymore. Like, as Minecraft has grown and changed, again, maybe I'm in the wrong circles. Maybe if I were to go and watch some Dan TDM or whatever, maybe he's still doing adventure maps. Admittedly, I don't watch that many Minecraft people anymore. Literally, it's just Exuma and, well, Achievement Hunter, but I don't think they've made a Minecraft video. I mean, they're doing Survive Block Island, but I don't think they've actually made, like, a legitimate Minecraft in a while. But yeah, do people make adventure maps anymore? But this is a great adventure. I mean, this is something people have always wanted. It's been a mod forever. Part of me kind of wish it looked more like the typical bookshelf. Right? Like, I wish it looked more like, right, so that way you could, like, blend it in. Because if you want to create, like, like a secret shelf with these, you're gonna have to make everything look like them. And even because that's one of the things they showed off, is that, yeah, you can make secret bases with these books, which is a great idea. Right? That sounds like a lot of fun. Right? Haunted mansions are gonna get even better now. But yeah, I don't know. I was just right, but people, like, do people make adventure maps? Do people write, or do people, like, create their own complex Minecraft lore anymore? I don't know. I feel like it's a thing that should still happen, but the golden age of Minecraft maps, adventure maps, might be over. I'm gonna definitely say the golden age is. At least I feel like it. Who knows? Maybe there are some people out there making some great stuff. Literally anything is possible. Next up, they revealed a new mob. They're adding camels to Minecraft. Again, like the wood, I'm actually completely on board with this. I know it's another rideable mob, but the slight differences they're giving it from the horse makes all the difference. Really, that's what it's all about. Those little differences. So it's not as fast as the horse, but you can ride with 2 people on it. So 2 people can ride on the camel. It's big. It's so big that if you're riding on it, mobs cannot hit you. At least zombies can't. Skeletons, of course, probably still can. And I would not be surprised if, like, Enderman or Wither skeletons would be tall enough. Takes a horse to the nether. God, it's raining hard out there. But yeah, so it's bigger. And it's got, right, you can ride 2 people on it, which sounds like a lot of fun, right? That's going to be a lot of fun. Somebody's going to do some fun stuff with that. Double dash. God, somebody's going to make fucking double dash. But, the other thing that's new with it is, it's got a dash attack. So, or it's got instead of, like, the horse, right, it's fast, it can jump around. This one's got a dash. So that way it can, like, dash over ravines. And I hope, because kind of like the horse, where if you breed together horses, right, every horse has a randomized speed and a randomized jump height. I really hope every camel has a randomized speed and a randomized dash distance. So that way people are going to be creating camels that can, like, dash across the map, right? Like, breed super camels. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like something somebody would do. So I really hope it happens. We'll see, of course. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Anything else? Nope, that was it. It ended off, so the last that was it for the 1.20 update. And it ended off with the sniffer. Because, yeah, the sniffer won the mob vote. Because, of course, the sniffer won the mob vote. They even said it won with 50% of the vote. Of course it won with 50% of the vote. Why wouldn't it win with 50% of the vote? Like, of course it did. I voted for the Tough Golem, but just because I knew the sniffer was gonna win. Right? It was so fucking obvious. But yeah. Oh my god. Again, I hated all three, honestly. But yeah, it was obviously going to be the sniffer. Just give me a display case, man. Fuck, come on. Just give me a display case. And make it rotate when you put redstone, when you power it with redstone. That's all I'm asking. Boom. Now I just fuck the tough golem. Fuck the bag. Fuck the bag. Light wood laminate. Light wood laminate. Light wood laminate. Fuck the bag. I don't know why that made me think of that. It just did. That's a Fallout 76 reference. How? Oh my gosh! I nearly avoided death there. So yeah, actual thought. Yeah, it was. Minecraft Live fucking sucked this year, but I have a solution to their problem. You want to know how you fix this? Right, in a way that that allows them to do, you know, updates like this. Oh, I did forget to mention the snapshot. They did announce that the snapshot will be released in later this week. So instead of doing, right, usually you have to wait a little bit after Minecraft Live for the snapshot. Nope, it'll be out next week. So that's a big thing. I was hoping to get rid of that before. Okay, whatever. So yeah, the snap, which is that's neat, right? I think it came at a terrible cost, right? Perfect. I know it's perfectly balanced. We get the snapshot early, but they tell us fuck all about the update. So yeah, it came at a terrible cost. Oh god, I should fucking make that meme. Snapshot comes out next week, but what did it cost me? Everything. So yeah, whatever. So you want to know the solution to fix their problems? You want to know how they you want to know how they fix all of this? You get rid of Minecraft Live. You replace it with something, obviously, but you get rid of Minecraft Live, and instead, you do Minecraft Directs. Every 3 months or so, Mojang comes out and says, like, hey, for the next update, or the current update, these are going to be the features we're currently working on. Because I would like to think that at least 3 months out, they have at least a decent idea of what's going to be in the update, right? So instead of us going into Minecon Live and learning what's going to be the next year for Minecraft, every 3 months or so, we sit down and watch a direct style presentation where they tell us what's going to be in the game. And of course, they can talk about Minecraft. They can talk about dungeons. They can talk about legends. They can talk about anything they fucking want. And it just happens every 3 months or so. That's the solution to this problem. That way they don't overpromise things, and right, they can keep some of their reveals, but we still get actual information, right? They're not keeping fucking everything under wraps out of fear of pissing fans off. I mean, right now they just revealed the next week of content, if that. So yeah, that's the solution. I mean, tons of studios are doing it. Fucking Yacht Club Games, an indie studio, does one. And theirs are pretty good, right? The Yacht Club Games directs have been pretty decent. Just everyone... Because Minecraft Live is still this, like... They have sets, right? They do these big, like, build-ups. They have sets. And you don't... I don't want to mob vote at everyone. You can save those for, like, special times, right? But yeah, that's the solution. Do Minecraft directs that tell us what's coming in the game, what we can expect for the next few snapshots over the next few months, maybe when we can expect the updates and whatnot, right, what they're aiming for, in reasonable manners. It makes sense. And it's the future. Everyone's doing one. Why should Microsoft does them. They don't do them very well, and literally nobody watches them. But even Microsoft themselves does them every once in a while. But yeah, it just made, all this, all these... I know some people like the sets. Some people kind of miss the old school E3, right? Sony hanging people from the ceiling and making everyone go into the church to listen to a song or whatever. I know some people miss that. I could care less. I could care less. Honestly, the set, whatever. Just switch over to Directs. That's the solution. It addresses all of the problems. It gives you tons of new benefits. So yeah, that's how you fix Minecraft. They're not gonna fucking do that, but be pretty sweet. So, the one potential positive, is this is the first time since beta 1.6 where I feel like I'm going into a Minecraft update knowing nothing. There's no snapshots. There's no previews. Theoretically, a new snapshot will come out, and that will be the first time we're hearing about the features in the snapshot. That hasn't happened. And I say 1.6 because I think we knew about pistons before they came to the game. We might have even known about, trapdoors in beta 1.6. Because, yeah. But, I kind of don't remember. It's been... at least I didn't know about it. It was just, hey, beta 1.6 dropped today. And, hey, there's trapdoors and whatever else beta 1.6 added. And then I remember hearing about pistons and then seeing pistons get added. I remember pistons being a mod. Don't know if I ever used the mod, but I remember seeing people play it. And then, yeah, 1.8 had the snapshot, and the rest is history. Beta 1.8. So, yeah, it's from here. I mean, we know we know what's coming in next week's snapshot. But if snapshots are going to be weekly from here on out, literally every snapshot might be a surprise. I mean, I've been praising Pokemon recently for keeping its secrets, right? Yeah, everything's been leaked. But outside of the leaks, if you're not paying attention to those, they've revealed very little, actually. So, if I'm going to praise Pokemon for it, in theory, this might actually be a breath of fresh air for Minecraft. Not knowing what's like other games, sometimes you don't know what's coming in the next update. Some days, an update just comes out, and this is the first, right? And it's like, oh my god, they added... What would be a stupid feature for them to add? Boom, all of a sudden the new update comes out, and we find out they added, fireflies. I can't think of, again, the only thing I can think of is my freaking display case. But wouldn't that be cool? Right? Waking up on Thursday morning and seeing, right, some new sort of thing and having no idea, right? Seeing a new snapshot and being like, what's going to be in this one? Or, right, normally, you can boot up, that still happens every once in a while. Did we know the recovery compass was a thing? I think we did. The music disc. I was thinking of the music disc. That's what I meant. Yeah. We booted up the snapshot one day, and hey, guess what? There's a new music disc in the game. Right? Shit like that does happen. So, yeah, it's really interesting. It has, right, this could be a big surprise. But they really should have ended off with one more thing. So, yeah. Again, it's a blank check is a potential great promise or a potential massive disappointment. So anything's possible. So at the end of the day, my thoughts on Minecraft Live, no. I know at the end here I'm talking positive. That's hope. That's hope speaking. I don't actually think I'm that positive on things. They overcorrected. They wanted to show more. Huh. They showed off too much last time with the birch forest and the fireflies. So now they've overcorrected and showed off nothing. I mean, and the stuff that's coming is cool. I mean, it's not Warden, Ancient City's cool, but it's cooler than polar bears. I don't know. I guess I want 1.20 to be special. Everything feels like they're building up towards a new dimension. And you know, they didn't even need to tease a new dimension. They could have said, and I don't even think they said this, that they have big things planned in the future, but nothing's right. Like, they could have revealed an archaeology update, said 1.20 is the archaeology update, but don't worry, we have big things planned for the future, right? But it's gonna take some time, but we have big things planned, and not told us anything. I didn't need to know anything more than big plans, and I would have been perfectly satisfied. But they didn't even do that. We didn't get that. We got a camel, some new wood, a new boat, and some cool signs, and that's it. So, yeah, just start doing directs. Start doing quarterly directs every 3 months that tell us exactly what's coming to the game, right? Or what we can look forward to, right? And I see, and the thing is, even if they did like the one more thing, while that would have definitely helped a lot, as if they had something cool, I don't know if it would have saved things. Just being frank here. I don't know if that would have saved things on this front, just because of, again, we're coming from the Warden. We're coming from the cave update. The idea, right, like I called it a blank check. This is a blank check of an update. So anything's possible. They didn't even name it. That just tells you how much is possible. But also nothing might happen. Right? I don't know. It's a very complicated situation. But I don't know the general internet's reaction to this. I'm disappointed. I'd assume the rest of the internet's disappointed as well. But I mean, the fact that I've seen the nothing update, right? That was one of the things I saw. But I was a little distracted today by other things, other ground shaking things on Twitter, and then the Owl House came out, and yeah, like legitimately, I opened Twitter after watching the episode, and the first thing I saw was spoilers. So like, gosh dang it, I don't mean to keep playing. I gotta after this one, we'll move on to do something else. But yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. Still like the game. Still like Minecraft. You know, it's cool to. Again, I'm sure some like camels will be neat. They're better than llamas. God, they fucked up llamas. Anything else? Not that I can think of. Not that I can think of. I don't know. I got up at like 4 a.m. this morning to watch. Not 4 a.m. No, I was up early this morning. So I guess let's go to Wibby. So I'm going to start off with something completely random. Because I was up so early for Minecraft, I was like, you know, I should go get breakfast. I haven't gotten a breakfast in a while. You know, let's try Wendy's breakfast. Because I tried Wendy's. You know, one of the nice things about doing this for so long is that there's a stream out there, specifically I bet it's an Animal Crossing, of me trying Wendy's breakfast for the first time. And honestly, I wasn't too impressed with it. Just being completely honest. But I was like, you know what? It's been 2 years. I'll try it again, you know? Maybe it's better now. It's been a while. They have French toast sticks. I'll try it again. I'll give it another shout. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Could have been triple. Right, what's the worst that can happen? So I tried, I got a chicken sandwich, and, the chicken was kind of dry. I wish there was some sort of, like, sauce to it. I didn't get the honey butter biscuit. I got, like, a croissant thing. And, yeah, it was kind of dry, if I'm being... Like, it needed some sort of sauce. Right? That was it. It was whatever. And then I got a, French toast. I got some French toast sticks. They were French toast sticks. You know, they're exactly like you'd get in, like, a box of frozen French toast sticks. Or a, Yeah, they're exactly like you'd get in a box of French toast sticks. Or you'd get in a, Or you get from, like... I think Sonic does French toast sticks? Yeah, that sounds right. Sonic Burger. So yeah, they're exactly like that. They're exactly like what you'd get from them. They were fine, you know. Honestly, they were fine. I wasn't super impressed, but I also wasn't super disappointed either. They were fine. And then finally, because I did a mobile order, I got a free Frosty Chino. So I tried it. The first sip was real. So I should preface, I'm not a coffee guy. I don't drink much coffee. I'm not a coffee guy. But the first sip, fantastic. I was like, oh shit. That's really good. Every sip after that got a little bit worse. Again, I'm not much of a coffee guy, so I'm definitely not a great judge. But it started off, I was like, oh mine, I might actually like this. And then I just kept going, and it was like, oh no. Why? Why is it still going? But yeah, I mean, I drank it all, so... Yeah. I'm just not a coffee guy. I'm a hot cocoa guy. But I had to try it at least, you know? I had to try it. Ooh, we got a thingy. Oh, we got a sticker. Play of the day. Got a drink ticket. Swim speed up. That's good. Let's look at some lockers real quick. I still like that. Anything else? Anything else I tried? Any other thoughts on Wendy's? Nah, you know, honestly, I would just rather have a McGriddle. If I'm gonna go out for a breakfast sandwich, I'd rather have a McGriddle. They just taste better. So yeah, Wendy's breakfast still isn't. I've never seen this octopus arm coming out of a trash can. I've never seen that before. Am I missing a plush? There's 6 there. Oh, look at those. That's the most weapon stickers I've seen in a locker. I'm missing pink. I thought I had them all. I've never seen a pink plush before today. Wow. Wow. So we'll continue with Wibby in a second. I have a singular... We've got a bunch of shows to talk about today. We've got 4, in fact. God, that's the most shows in a while. But I've got a singular video game to talk about. But I'm going to go get some more water, and I'll be right back. Oh, look at them. They wave at us. Alright. So, for the second half of the show, we're going to jump into some Salmon Run. You know how it is in Splatoon 3. Some Salmon Run. So, the thing that makes Salmon Run special today. Today is a golden question mark day. These only happen, I want to say, like 3 or 4 times a year. Golden question mark days are very rare. But one just so happens to be today. So we're extremely lucky. So if you haven't played in a while, recommend giving a golden question mark. You know, come back in it. God, I hope we find people. I'm sure we will. I know people are still playing this game. So, okay, so back on topic. The one video game I played. So if you've been following me this past few weeks, I've been on a quest to find a game like Satisfactory or Factorio. Because I don't own Factorio, and I don't want to buy Factorio, especially when it comes to Switch in like 2 weeks, because the developer of Factorio is not that good of a person. And if we've seen anything from the J.K. Rowling stuff, that literally just happened this week, right? J.K. Rowling literally came out this week and was like, people often ask me how I sleep at night. And honestly, it's not too hard whenever I look at my residuals check, right, for how much money she gets for Harry Potter. After shit like that, how the fuck do you support someone like that? Right? It's just, it's fuck. Right? Like, fuck J.K. Rowling. And yeah, this is terrible. All around terrible. But, right. And the whole Factorio guy not being great sucks. Of course the super weapons won't deal with. Shit. But, yeah, so, and I can't play Satisfactory because I don't have a computer strong enough to run Satisfactory. So instead, I'm forced to look... Oh, I'm an idiot. Instead, I'm forced to look for alternatives. Right? I can't play Satisfactory, and I can't play Factorio. So instead, I need to find alternatives. And my original alternative attempt was a game called Autonauts. And, you know, it was okay. It was okay, but it wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't what I wanted in a game like this. Basically, it just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted something different, and Autonauts wasn't it. Autonauts was a lot more coding heavy. But in this week, Nintendo was doing a sale that was all about games with demos. And there were some pretty notable games on there. There were some pretty notable games in the sale. But so they're doing this games with demo sale. So I saw that, and I was like, oh, let's see what's on here. And one of the games in there is was a game called Auto Cafe, which looks familiar, but I don't know from where. I've seen it before somewheres, but I could not tell you where I've seen it before. I just know I've seen it before somewheres. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, let me download the demo. I played the demo, and I was like, oh, this might scratch that itch. This might scratch my itch for, my Factorio Satisfactory itch. And so I started playing it, and it's close. If I had to say the game reminds me of anything, it reminds me of a Zachtronics game. Like, Infiniminer, or Infinifactory, or, Opus Magnum. Opus Magnum was the game I was thinking of. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, it reminds me of one of those. What's another one? TS... Is it called TSI? It might be TSI. It reminds me of, Space Chem. Space Chem's the last one I was thinking of. Right? It reminds me of a Zachtronics game. It's not entirely like a Zachtronics game. I should say that. It's not one-for-one a Zachtronics game. That's for sure. It's... Because one of the big things that makes Zachtronic games special is that they really... All they care about is that you solve the puzzle. Right? Like, it doesn't matter if it takes you 1,000 power, 1,000 parts, and everything like that under the sun. All Zachtronic games care about is that you solve the puzzle. If you want to do super efficient designs, well, you can, right? The game's not stopping you. And it has, like, leaderboards to encourage things like that. But at no point is it, right? It doesn't force you to do that. Whereas this game, 100%, is like, oh, you have to beat levels with a certain amount of power, within a certain amount of moves, or within a certain amount of, like, food. Because it's a cooking game. It's called Automachef. I said that. God, I said the name, right? God, please tell me I already said the name. So, right, you got to use a certain amount of food. You got to do a certain amount of stuff like that. Oh, my God, really? So, yeah, there are... And then you have to use a certain amount of power. And then, of course, you have to deliver. You have to succeed at so many orders. Because, like a game like Overcooked, if you spend too long in an order, it fails. So those are some of the restrictions of the game. Okay, we just gotta survive. But yeah, it's like you're placing. It's like a Zachtronic game. You're placing like conveyor belts, and you're growing food and whatnot to reach solutions. Or you're moving items from one place to another to find solutions to puzzles. But it's not a puzzle game like how many? It's not a puzzle game like Freshly Frosted. Or, why can I not think of, fucking... Is Baba Is You... Baba Is You I would classify as a traditional puzzle game. Yeah, it's not like Baba Is You. It's not like Freshly Frosted. It's not like... Oh god, what's the one with lasers? I'm going to say Myst. Myst is another example. No, it's like a Zachtronic game or Mini Metro. Mini Metro is another example where there is no correct solution. Like in a puzzle game, you're trying to find the correct solution, right? There's one solution per level. I mean, sometimes some levels can have multiple solutions, but usually there's one developer-intended solution, and that's it. Whereas in what I'm going to call a factory puzzler, it's got to have a... I don't want to call it a Zachtronic, because, again, Zachtronic doesn't make all these, and I don't want to call it a Zach-like either, because that sounds bad. But it's like those... Right, it's Zachtronics, I think, makes the best version of these. Where it's, right, a game where the level has multiple solutions. It's just about building a factory or something of the sort that gets you, right, the most bang for your buck. Right? Which is technically different than Factorio. And so, yeah, it hasn't fully hit my Factorio itch that I've been dealing with. Because, like, one of the nice things about Factorio is that, right, you start off simply by growing, right, by mining iron. And then it becomes more. Then you start mining... right, copper and tin to make bronze, and then you use the bronze to make circuits that allow you to mine steel, and then they allow you to mine freaking unobtainium, right? Things build up over time. Whereas this is right, like a Zachtronics game, you're finding solutions per levels. And you can do them in any way, shape, or form, just whatever you find is the most efficient. And there have been some levels where I'm like, oh wow, this should be really efficient. And then it gives you like a rating about like how efficient it is, based on like a number of things. And then boom, oh, this is 50, the solution's like 50 efficient, and I'm like, what? What? How do you get more efficient? Oh, whatever. How do you get more efficient than this? So like there is that, like there's no leaderboards. You can't compare. At least I don't think there are leaderboards to compare you to how your friends are doing. But it's a very, I'm about probably a third of the way through it. I think I'm on like level like 12. But I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying going through, doing all of these freaking factories, dealing with all of them, and these nuts. Dealing with all these factories, making my food, finding like the most efficient form. I was horrified for a moment because there's an early on level where it's like complete 50 burgers in 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, I've got this. Oh, boom, here's my solution. My solution barely worked, and oh, I think this bucket can kill flyfish. I might be wrong, but for some reason I remember this bucket being able to kill flyfish. I don't know, maybe we'll get a chance to check it. But yeah, right, and I was like, and like my solution barely worked, and it failed on both the amount of burgers sent out and the time. So yeah, my solution was just a failure, straight up. And I was like, ah, God. Because I really thought I had something good going. And nope, it just straight up didn't work. Yeah, if I'm correct, this bucket is like one of the strongest weapons. Yeah, so I did this, and I was like, oh my god. And then later on, I came back and was like, okay, let's try it again. No, this thing doesn't destroy flyfish. Okay. For some reason, in my memory, this is one of the few weapons that destroys flyfish. Oh my god, it does. Yeah, it's a very precise hitbox, but it does. Holy shit. This thing's powerful. But yeah, so I came back to it later and was like, you know what? I've built this, like, you can save blueprints. So I had this blueprint that was just like, oh, in case I ever needed plain burgers, I can just pull out this blueprint and it'll everything's set up, all the timers are set up. Because I was horrified because in this level, they give you a machine that uses logic gates, like if, then, or, counting, and I was horrified because I was like, God, in this level, do I have to count to like certain spots? Is it gonna ask me to count to like a certain number? Then that'll shut off the machines, and that might be a solution. Like straight up, that might work on that level, but I was so horrified. But then I just took my automatic burger makers and went back to the level a little later on, and it worked fine, and I beat it with perfect energy, right? Good energy, good efficiency, good everything. So sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, really. So yeah, that was a whole thing, but I've been just enjoying it, and yeah, I haven't had to do anything with logic gates. I haven't had to use the options are there. I mean, only on certain levels, not like usually on like the special levels, but the options are there, and they horrify me every time. Like seriously, they scare me. Cause like, yeah, I know like games like Space Chem teach you coding, right? Like that's technically true on the most fundamentally basic of levels. But the idea of, right, actually having to code in it, like, I could not play Human Resource Machine. which is all about coding to play the game. Like, I played the first few levels and was like, this isn't for me. Same thing with TES, the other Zachtronic game, and that's all about writing code. And I know games like Space Chem and Opus Magnum are about writing code, but I don't know, there's just something about them that's a lot more accessible. Right. Especially Opus Magnum. Opus Magnum is the most accessible Zachtronic game. But yeah, so this is, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to play more of it. But it's not, it definitely hasn't hit the perfect itch the way I wanted it to. Right. God, I'm worried the only thing that's going to crave this itch is fucking Factorio. Again, or I could just play Minecraft Tech It. But God, I need a better computer. I mean, I know it can run Minecraft and everything, but God, I need a better computer. It's just getting up there in age. God, we actually have to deal with this. You can't just ignore. Oh my God. You can't just ignore our problems. God, this thing runs out of ink so quickly. But yeah, so I've been enjoying Automachef. I'm probably gonna assuming I can, I can get smart enough to beat the final levels, because I know in games like Factorio, once you get to high enough levels in Factorio, or not Factorio, I mean in Space Chem and Infina Factory, once you get to high enough levels, I couldn't do it anymore. The game, I was not smart enough to play some of those higher levels. So hopefully I'll get lucky and, things will go better in this one. But there's like 30 levels, there's some special challenges, there's some levels that are like, think of them like harder remixes. There's like a Thanksgiving special and a Chinese New Year special that I haven't touched yet. But yeah, so far it's a good game, and I'm definitely going to put a lot of time into it. Yeah, anything? Have I done anything else? Haven't seen any movies. Haven't played any games other than Splatoon. Haven't touched Fall Guys in weeks. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else for General Wibby. Nope, that's it. That's all I can think of. So I guess let's get into TV. So we're going to start off. So we have TV is the big thing this week. Honestly, there's so much to talk about. I know I named the podcast after the Minecraft update, but no, TV is where it's at this week. So we're going to start off with a small one, Rick and Morty. So the Rick and Morty, we're the midway through the season. At least we're more or less midway through. And, so we got the big episode this week was about dinosaurs. The return of the dinosaurs. That dinosaurs were such an advanced species, they went to space, and, they went to save other planets, and now they've come back to, fix Earth. Humans gave it the college try, but clearly couldn't fix anything. So now they're coming in to actually fix our problems for us. Honestly, it's for the best. Honestly, yeah, it's for the best. But, right, of course, the president's not happy with the dinosaurs, because he doesn't want to do nothing forever. Because, of course, humans can't be happy on an endless vacation, where they just get to make more Marvel movies. Which, yeah, that's a joke straight from the episode. So, yeah, Rick discovers that there's actually like a second species of aliens that are living asteroids that constantly chase after the dinosaurs and destroy, like, and basically reset planets after they leave. So, right, last time dinosaurs were on Earth, they, right, after they left, the meteor then wiped out the remaining ones. And, of course, the dinosaurs traveling around space had no idea this was the case, because they always leave before the meteor shows up. So, yeah, Rick finds out about the meteor, goes to take care of it, or tells the dinosaurs, they get really depressed. Everyone tells them to leave. They do. Rick gets to host the Oscars, which, could you know, VTuber technology has gone so far that if Justin Roiland's could host the entire Oscars as Rick, right, doing a VTuber thing, honestly, that's what should have happened during COVID, instead of what actually happened with the Oscars during COVID, which was just fucking terrible. And God, I could literally give less of a shit about modern. It was so bad. Like, even as someone who doesn't, like, actually, right, like, I don't take the Academy seriously. But, like, even I watch the Oscars, right? Like, more for the gambling, but yeah. But the Oscars in 2021 were so bad that I just do not care about the Oscars anymore. Like, at all. So, yeah. Like, not even to, like, watch them for, like, gambling reasons. Nope, don't give a shit. But, yeah. So Rick hosts the Oscars, but realizes the dinosaurs are gonna basically sacrifice themselves. So he fucks with them and actually makes them destroy the asteroid being, because they're, you know, peaceful civilization. And so, in result, the wormhole that was opened by evil Morty, they fixed that. They fixed that to fuck with Rick, and then at the end of the episode, hey, we're back to normal Rick and Morty adventures, because Rick was able to fix the portal gun. So everything's gonna be a-okay. Back to 100 years of Rick and Morty, you know. Honestly, halfway through the season, this season has been fine. It's better than the last one. They're at such a level of not giving a shit that it's actually kind of, right, like, it's kind of wrapped around. I don't know. Season 5 was hard. God. I wonder if we're going to break 100. That'd be cool. Oh! I did not see that coming. Oh, anyone got a bucket? Nope. So yeah, I thought it was fine. Honestly, thought it was fine. The season so far has been fine. You know, it's nothing too impressive, but it's also nothing terrible. God, there's so much shit right here. We're getting swarmed, and not in the good way. We really need to take out those guys. Wait, that fixes half of our problem. Oh my god! God damn it! We did it! We fucking did it. I don't know. I don't think we got enough to break 100. I know there is special dialogue if you break 100. It was 30, 30, 20 something. 94. God damn it. So close. Yeah, there's special dialogue if you break. I was honest. If I had done a little better there at the end, we probably could have done it. 6 more. Yeah, if I had done a little bit, but I kept fucking up. If we had a freaking bucket, that would have been so good. All right, so next up, we got She-Hulk. So this was the season finale of She-Hulk. So, full spoilers ahead. The episode starts off with Jennifer Walters. And she's right in jail because of last time. Because even though they it's revenge porn. That's exactly what happened. They did revenge porn on her. And she got the guy. The cops let him get away. She's arrested. And now she's in jail. And as punishment, she can no longer be She-Hulk. So that's her punishment. Is that Jennifer Walters is no longer She-Hulk. And, because of that, she loses her job. She loses her house. And she has to move back in with her parents. Super fucking relatable. Most relatable Marvel has been in a while. Right? I'm sick of hearing about billionaires. I want to hear, right, Jennifer Walters, lawyer, losing her job in her house. Yep. In COVID times, get it. I like it. So yeah, then eventually right after losing her house, she gets tired of it and goes to visit Abomination, Emil Blonsky. Honestly, a logical jump for the next episode, right? It makes sense, right? I did like the therapy episode a lot. It was a very fresh feeling. So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. So she goes and visits Emil, but of course, meanwhile, Emil is hosting basically a convention for people who hate She-Hulk. Because, again, the main villain of She-Hulk are Marvel fans. That's been the whole point of the show. Is that, right, there's a meme about, like, the coffee maker who broke it. Marvel fans are the one who broke it. They did the same thing to Star Wars. Star Wars fans broke Star Wars. I don't know, I hear Andor is really fucking good. Honestly, I've heard nothing but great things about Andor. So, who knows? But, yeah. It's not every Marvel. I'm specifically talking about the toxic ones, and they do them great. They do great jokes about them in the episode, right? Because one of them goes undercover into the fan meeting. And, of course, you find out the guy who, Todd, who looks like Cole Sprouse, is the leader. He's Hulk King. He's the head of it. And he created Intelligentsia, to get back at She-Hulk. And then it starts off with Todd getting She-Hulk's powers, right? They copied, because I know they made the Red Hulk joke last episode, but right, they got Jennifer Walters' blood, so now Todd has She-Hulk powers. Okay. Then, right, Abomination, Emil Blonsky is breaking his parole by becoming Abomination again. So that's another thing. So Abomination's there. Then Titania shows up, right, for no reason. And to be fair, we haven't seen her in a while. She's honestly, if I have one, right, big-ish complaint about the show, it's Titania. Yes, She-Hulk by Titania was a good joke. But she showed up like twice since then for no reason. After the She-Hulk by Titania, there was no reason for that character to show up again. And this is her like second or third time showing up. And yes, that's part of the joke in this episode, is right, that she has no reason to be here. But it's true. She has no reason to be here. So we get that bit. And then the Hulk comes back in and is like, oh, I'm here to help. And then he thinks like, oh, Abomination did it. And so we get, and the entire time, one of the things I do like is that the Abomination is not trying to fight Jennifer, right? Even though he's hosting the gathering of the incels, he's trying to be a good person, right? He's a motivational speaker. He's like, oh god, what's the guy with the one leg? Fuck, I've seen him before. Like, I went to him in high school. I would go to a conference yearly, and every year they had a different speaker, And 1 year, he was the speaker. I want to say, was it my junior or maybe my senior year? I don't know. I've met him before. I would say there's a picture out there somewhere of me and him, but I don't think there is, actually. I don't think I got a picture with him. But I did meet him. So yeah. He's becoming the Abomination, but he's a motivational speaker. And, you know, he's trying to help out these incels. You know, it's... And then, so, yeah, the episode just goes off the rail. And then, and the entire time, Jennifer is like, what? This makes no sense. Why is Bruce here? What? So the episode's just going a little bit crazy. And then, it cuts back to the Disney Plus menu. So that's the first big thing. They cut back to the Disney Plus menu. She breaks out of the Disney Plus menu, goes to Marvel Studios, goes to the writer's room, so she meets the show writers, and then she goes and meets Kevin. Not Kevin Feige, but Kevin, who is a robot. And I love that he still has Kevin Feige's baseball cap. Great little detail. So many small fries. Oh wow, 40. God, if only we had gotten that wave last time. So yeah, she meets Kevin. So, with this whole setup, I want to say, well, one, this proves that a Gwenpool TV show would totally work. Because what Jen does, 90... We were so close. We were so close. What she does here when she like opens the Disney Plus menu and breaks out, Gwenpool literally does that exact same thing with her comic, right? She literally sees between the comic panels and breaks out. Which I know she's not the first character to do that, but this proves that Gwenpool would work in the MCU, right? This 100% proves that. But, yeah, I swear I've seen this before. I would not surprise me if this is a reference to a comic, right? Where a character breaks out of the comic and literally goes and talks to the writers of the comic about, like, changing the ending. I feel like this is something I've seen before. For some reason, I think Captain America did it, but I don't know why I'm thinking that. Right? For some reason, I'm thinking of Captain America breaking out of his comic and, like, talking to Stan Lee to change the ending. But I don't know why. It's literally just something I'm thinking of. So, yeah, that's a whole can of worms. I thought there were more. Where is it? So yeah, I swear I've seen it somewhere before, but I couldn't tell you where. But I've 100% seen a character, like, break out of the story and, like, tell off the writers for screwing them, basically. But yeah, no, here she talks to the writers, and they're like, nobody sees Kevin. I would die for Kevin. So she goes and she meets Kevin, who's a robot. Honestly, part of me kind of wishes it was just actually Kevin Feige. Part of me thinks that would be more interesting, but... You know, whatever. It's very meta here. And she calls out, like, hey, you know what? Because, okay, is it weird that it's kind of addressing something like World War Hulk? Where part of World War Hulk is that Tony Stark, Reed Richards, and, well, Black Bolt, but who else? Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Black Bolt, and... Doctor Strange. Don't take responsibility for their actions. So, like, part of this episode is her calling out, like, hey, characters, these are characters, but they should take responsibility for their actions. Todd shouldn't become Hulk. He should, have to deal with that. Emil Blonsky should have to take responsibility for breaking parole. Stuff like that. So I like that angle. But, another thing is how every Marvel show is the same, right? All these shows, all these movies end with the character fighting an evil version of themselves. Iron Man, Ant-Man, Captain America. I'm literally struggling to think of every show under the sun. Do they fight an evil Thor in Thor? Not really, I guess. I mean, kind of, but not really. It's not like right? They don't really fight evil Thor. They're evil Doctor Strange. Boom, there's a good one. Yeah, God, Malachi? Matt Mikkelsen? Yeah, totally just evil Doctor Strange. So yeah, this is something that's happened before. Right? And yeah, it's totally true. They do... Again, Abomination himself is just evil Hulk. God, I don't know why I didn't say that one first. This is something the MCU just kind of... Where is... Oh, there you are. I was like, where is that coming from? Yeah, so this is something... This is nothing new to the MCU. They're totally calling out something that, yeah, fans have been saying. The other part of it, though, is they're also just calling out these Disney Plus shows. Because we talked previously during Miss Marvel how the problem with these Disney Plus shows is that they all feel the same because they were all basically filmed at the same time. I mean, WandaVision was airing while Miss Marvel was filming. But Moon Knight, Hawkeye, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and a fourth one were all filming at the exact same time. Right? So, of course, right, all these shows feel kind of similar because they were all at the exact same time. Any criticism people might have had about WandaVision, well, Marvel wouldn't get that feedback until, well, after Miss Marvel was filmed. And who knows what other show scripts were done by then. Right? But this episode kind of feels like it's calling that out. I mean, not entirely, because some people have complained, and validly so, that this show does feel a lot like some of the other Marvel shows, but it establishes here and now that no, it doesn't want to be like the other Marvel shows. It wants to be a legal sitcom. That's what she tells Kevin to do. And yeah, maybe she'll get her way. If the show gets a second season, which God, I hope it does, because it's pretty good. I really do hope we do get full-on Jennifer Walters legal sitcom. Right? And again, there's some of that. There's a bunch of that in this season. I mean, I know people complained about, and I myself, like the plot with the shapeshifter with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, sure, did it lead to the epic twerking scene? Yes. But the actual plot that led up to that point, ugh. It wasn't that good. Honestly. And, I mean, some of the side bits have been fun. The Mr. Immortal stuff I thought was good. I like that bit. But some of it hasn't been. Just straight up. Like, being honest. Because there are problems with... Like, I know, right, the show's calling out toxic fans, but it has problems in it. Right? Like, it's not unfair. But, yeah, she's calling out that, yeah, the show wants to be a legal drama. There are also other great things, like, when are mutants coming? Wink at camera. That was great. Doing the transformation off-screen because they can't afford the budget. Like, we know Marvel abuses their animators. So, like, I don't know about that one. But, I mean, it was funny, but I don't know, man. What was another good one? The, right, her talking about how she, did Daredevil. That was good. That was good as well. Yeah, so it's a very meta moment, but I liked it. I know it kind of is anticlimactic, because you're building up this big climax, and then it all kind of gets undone by breaking the fourth wall. And then afterwards, Todd's arrested, Abomination's arrested, episode ends. So, like, I definitely see the sentiment that, yeah, this is kind of an anticlimax. Yeah, that's technically true, but I still I like the meta moment. I thought it was funny. Again, meta is something that's hard to do, but when it works, man, it can work. See Deadpool movies and not Deadpool comics. I miss being able to throw legs. But yeah, and then the final parts of the episode, Matt Murdock meets her parents, which is good. I hope I know, right, Daredevil's going to be back in Echo. I know he's got his own show coming. I actually hope She-Hulk goes to New York to visit him for a one-off in his show. Right? I hope that does happen. Because that's... Right? Because I like them. I think they have good chemistry. So I want to see more of them. Will we? Who knows? But I hope we do. I was just barely in its reach. So yeah, we'll see, you know. But for this show, and then the final episode, Abomination breaks out of prison. Or Wong breaks him out of prison. So we'll see Abomination again. Who knows? The Mastermind, the guy who played the Mastermind, is signed up to be the villain of... I want to say the new Captain America. So who knows? And Wong's appearing in everything. Because he's Wong, he's one of the best characters, so yeah, of course he's gonna... He's the fucking Sorcerer Supreme. Of course I expect him to be in everything, because he's fucking Wong. So yeah, overall thoughts on the show as a whole, it's got problems, right? It's got problems. It's got some slower moments, it's got some arcs that... some storylines. Technically, it ends on an anticlimax. But overall, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. Would I say it's my favorite Disney Plus show? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go that far. But I will definitely say that I do like it. I like it a lot. I thought it was funny, man. I thought it was a legal comedy. You know, do I wish we got more legal comedy? Yes. But I liked it. I liked the characters. It had a good supporting cast. Right? I like the subject. Right? Taking on toxic fanboys? Yeah, go off, man. Do it. Fucking do it. Especially because, well, it's taking on toxic fanboys. Its bigger problem is toxic masculinity, incels, stuff like that. It's not, yes, it's about toxic fanboys, but it's also about incels and that stuff, right? It's not, it's covering both issues. But it's doing, right, it's tackling one issue, but that issue just so happens to overlap with, right, an issue, a criticism issue that isn't valid. Is that it? Can you only attack criticism when it isn't valid? That doesn't sound right, but God, it might be. You can only attack criticism when it isn't valid. I don't want to say that's right. But like every example of a show attacking criticism in bad faith. Oh yeah, washing machine. Every example of a show attacking criticism in bad faith, they're tackling like honest criticism, like genuine complaints, actual problems. So yeah, at least every bad example I can think of. Whereas the two good examples, you know, they're attacking. It's funny, of the examples of a show attacking critics that is good, the only thing the two examples are attacking the exact same group, toxic fanboys. Huh? It's almost like there's a theme. Okay, I did not jump off. That just whatever. So yeah, I liked it. I think it's a good show. It's got problems, but it would probably rank pretty high if I haven't rated it yet on my like personal, even on a personal or a private list. I haven't rated it, but when I do, it will probably rank very high. God, the bucket's OP. Bucket's OP. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, yeah, that's smart. So yeah, anything else? Oh, hey. Caleb, Kirby. How you doing? $67. We were close to a nice number. So, next up, we still have the Owl House, and I'll get to it. But first, we're going to talk about Amphibia. Decent. Decent's not bad. It's been a very hectic time period. I honestly think this is... I don't think I've ever hit 100 professional before. Wow. So we're going to talk about Amphibia Season 2. So a few weeks ago, we talked about Amphibia Season 1. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Season 2 was great. I really enjoyed Season 2. So for the second season, right, where we ended off last time, Sasha and Anne had their big fight. And now we finally get to meet Marcy. And hey, I like Marcy. You know, she's definitely autistic coded. And, you know, she spends a lot of time in her head. She's got her journal, which they are making into an actual thing. And we've gotten a few preview pages of it. And again, I know about how people like polyamorous ship all of them. And yeah, seeing Marcy's page about Anne in the diary, God, I totally get it. Oh my gosh, do I get it. I actually see all of them. But yeah, that's what type of shipper I am. Just for these, especially Sasha when you see her in Splatoon, or in season 3, at the start of season 3. Splatoon. Reset rank, whatever. What is Splatoon 2? It is the sequel to Splatoon 1. The prequel to Splatoon 3. So yeah, we get to meet... So we spent the first bit of the season heading out to Newtopia. Right? Newtopia, the big capital of Amphibia. They're going to hopefully find Marcy. They're going to find the king. They're going to learn more about the music box. Find a way to get Anne home. And we get their little adventures as they go to Newtopia. And, it's okay. You know, they deal with some robots. Right? Like this weird factory that creates a robot that gets built up all season and only shows up near the end. When does it show up? Does it show up? I thought the episode was called Frobo. Whatever. Whatever. It shows up a ways in. Because they're like, this robot follows them to Newtopia. And then the second it gets to Newtopia, it turns around. Because they head back to Workwood. So yeah, what else do they do? We found out about, that One-Eye Wally is basically Shaggy. You know, he's the rich kid who doesn't want to be the rich kid and is instead, right, he's living basically a double life in Wortwood. Wally is probably one of the side characters they spend the most time on. So, yeah, getting to know about him, and they spend the most time on him because he's really likable. So yeah, we know the most about him, right? He's one of the first people to like Anne. There was the whole bit, I want to say last season, where Anne didn't want to be the weird one like Wally. So that was good. But yeah, they eventually arrive in Utopia. We meet Marcy. And yeah, you know, she's cool. I like her. I like her outfit. We'll get into that part at the end that I think is super interesting. Right? It's definitely a nice contrast from Sasha. Because whereas, like, Sasha, we didn't... Right? We got, like, one episode, like, 12 in with Sasha. Well, like, 111 minutes. And then we didn't see Sasha again until the end of the season. This time, right, we're getting Marcy right away. We cut back to Sasha, like, I want to say, like, 3 times while in Utopia. At least twice for sure. Yeah, because I think they're back home by the time you cut to her for the 3rd time. But, right, we learn that she's being chased by an assassin. And then they start this plan to, like, overthrow the king. And that cliffhanger's 1 episode. And then the next time, right, she goes and visits the Council of Towers. And they have her get this Warhammer. But, you know, she has to betray her friends to get it. So that, all the stuff with Sasha's good. And it's all leading to... Right, the eventual betrayal at the end of the season. Because there is a multi-level betrayal at the end. But yeah, you meet the King of Amphibia, and immediately it's like, oh, okay, he's the villain. He's the villain. I got it, show. Okay. I cannot remember the voice actor's name, but I've seen him in a bunch of stuff before. Yeah, he does a great job as the King of Amphibia. The slumber party bit where you go into the catacombs and learn that something's definitely up with him. See, and you want to know what... Well, and see, it's funny. I mean, I think they make it pretty obvious that he's evil, but even if they didn't, I knew he was, because there's that one clip from the Season 2 finale where he drops Sprig, where he's like, that's the thing about friendships. They often disappoint you. Let me demonstrate. Right? I've seen that clip. I heard that clip. I hadn't seen it, but I had heard it before. And even though he's a super recognizable voice actor, I was like, yeah, it's from this show, isn't it? And sure enough, at the end of the 2nd season, it pops right up. Oh, come on, come on, come on. I believe in you. So yeah, the King of Amphibia, he's up to something. He's got something hiding in the basement with all these eyes. I do know what it is. Because that is one of the few... I said with Owl House that the Owl House fandom cannot keep secrets. And I stand by that. God, especially after the premiere of the Thanks to Them today. God, do I stand by that. But, Amphibia is much better. But one of the... Right, I knew the king was evil. And I know what's in the eyes. I know where that leads. More or less. It's one of the few secrets that I do know about. But there was some stuff. Oh my god. I had no idea that was coming. No idea that was coming. We'll get to that at the end. But, holy shit. Holy shit, man. So yeah, they go... right, the King of Amphibia finds out that they need to go to temples to charge the music box. And the temples... They never say it, but they're Zelda-themed. Let's be real here. The temples are Zelda. I mean, it's not... It's more intelligence than it is, like, wisdom. But they basically fill the same function. Like, come on. So it's intelligence. It's not courage. I think it's determination. I think that's the word they specifically use. But it's basically courage. Like, come on, that's more or less it. And then the final one is just literally strength. Which I know it's the Triforce of Power, but still, again, it's basically the same thing. So yeah, all the temples are Zelda themed, and the temple of strength being fucking just like, bruh, do you even lift, bruh? That's good. The Temple of Courage being like just this test, because we saw that character way back in Season 1 with the music box, and then we hadn't seen her since. And I was like, are they ever gonna actually go back to her? And sure enough, they actually do. The who uses the arm as the tail as an arm. Yeah, sure enough, you come back to her. And you learn that, yeah, she's the keeper of the second trial, but Anne doesn't fully charge the crystal. When she didn't fully charge the crystal, I thought where the twist was leading was that the music box wasn't going to work. But no, it's actually... The actual twist is that Anne has retained some of the power. Which, honestly, is maybe for the better, because they gotta... Because, to be fair, I knew about the special powers. That's one of the other things I do know about. I say I don't know much, but those are 3 big reveals. I knew Sasha betrayed Anne and Marcy, I just didn't know how. The hammer is pretty fucking cool, though. The King DDD hammer that Grime gets. But yeah, so we get the 3 trials, we get Frobo in there somewhere, he's whatever. He's fucking dead in the 3rd season so far. But then eventually, right, so they go to Marcy does the first temple, Anne does the second. Oh, there's also the whole bit with the music box where Hot Pop reveals that, yeah, he was lying about the music box, and we get a whole falling out between Anne and Hot Pop, and that was really well done, and I like how it was done in the first temple as well, where, right, where Anne says she's over it, but she's not, right, she wants to be. But she just, it's not easy to forgive somebody, right? That was really good. That was a really well done moment that really shows, right, how much these characters have, like, bonded. I like, in the 3rd season, how it's like, oh, are they right, how much Sprig wants to be family. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, it builds off that theme. Because, you know, found family's a big thing. Found family is one of those tropes that no matter how much I see, I never get tired of it. Come to me. Okay, not like that. But like that. Boom, there's 6 eggs at once. So yeah, what else? First temple, 3rd temple. Seeing Sasha come back for the 3rd temple, but knowing that, yeah, she's still got some sort of evil plan was good. Because she helps out. And then the episode afterwards, where Sasha's trying to play nice at the dinner party. Meanwhile, Grimes is just, you know, hamming it up. I actually really like Grimes in the 2nd season. He gets knocked down at the end of the 1st. So he spends, like, the first part down in the dumps. But, you know, he eventually recovers and is doing better for himself. But no, I liked Grimes in a lot this season. The bit, right, the whole party, the lava wasp cake, and then finding out it actually tastes very good was really funny. But yeah, the entire, right, him constantly yelling at Sasha to try to stay on path, and Sasha just breaking down at Sprig. The charades. God, there's just so much. Everything, the last, like, 3 or 4 episodes are just so good. Having all 3 of them together. Yeah, and then that leads into the talent show, which is also fantastic. I love the outfits. I love Marcy and Sasha, or Marcy and Anne's outfits. I wish we could have seen Sasha's. The red moth. That would have been cool. But I love the whole music thing and how, right, Sasha's whole thing is she wants control. She wants to be in charge. And now since Anne and Marcy have changed so much, they don't need Sasha anymore, whereas they were dependent on her. And she's struggling to deal with that. But, at least for the moment, she overcomes that feeling. And she's like, no, I'd rather hang out with my friends and, right, do this Battle of the Bands than, right, be in control. For just a moment, of course, she lapses immediately afterwards. And then we find out, oh, what she did was actually, you know, it's because if we, right, once we find out, they find out the king is evil. She's like, no, you can't let the king back because he's going to betray us all. But they don't undo it. Because at the beginning of the next season, Sasha just feels like absolute garbage. Like, yeah, was overthrowing the king a good thing? Technically. But the way she did it was bad. Right? Her motivations were bad. And then, she feels like shit afterwards. right? It's all right. That's good. How they've handled Sasha's character really well throughout this entire thing. But yeah, and then fucking right, she plays with them, and then they still fucking lose to Grime playing a 4-hour doing 4 hours on the harp. Fucking fat. I did not see it coming at all. Fucking great. Maybe the hardest I laughed the entire season. Oh my god. Because he plays to win. Honestly, fits him perfectly. I really like what they do with Grimes. I did not expect to like him so much, but I really do. What else? What else? Sure, anything else before the finale? No, not that I can think of. So yeah, that takes us to the finale. So yeah, Sasha takes over, and we find Sasha takes over, they put the king back in charge, and then Betrayal, he actually has this giant robot army. They used to be this really powerful kingdom until somebody stole the music box, and then they lost all that power, but now he plans on reclaiming it, as well as taking over the multiverse, basically. And we get the twist reveal that, well, it starts off at the beginning of the episode. Marcy reads about the Calamity box, and she goes to look in, and right, she sees it, and it's like, oh, well, hey, we can... Right, she has a fight with her parents, and then she's like, yeah, let's do it. And then, yeah, Anne and Sasha find out that she did it intentionally. So that was fantastic. Finding out that, yeah, the music box was an intentional thing because Marcy was moving away and she didn't want to be separated from them. I mean, I watched an entire anime whose name I do not remember about girls making wishes just so that one of them didn't have to move away. It was pretty good. It was pretty decent. I think we're still fine. Oh, we don't have to watch the news broadcast. I was going to say, but this is Splatoon 2. We got to watch the news broadcast. No, we do not. So yeah, the whole Marcy reveal and how she's just like pleading with Anne, like, come on. Don't make me the villain. I wanted us to stay together forever. Fantastic. Marcy making the sacrifice play. She doesn't know, right, sending Anne home, but then but then getting stabbed. They warned that this is the first time I've seen this in a long time. At the beginning of the episode, it's like some scenes may be too graphic for younger viewers. Marcy getting stabbed through the chest, not what I was expecting. Yeah, pretty solid show, you know. Pretty solid. Yeah, Anne uses her powers to save Spran against the world, you know, what else is new? It was, you know, it's whatever. What else? Anything else before the finale? So at the end of the episode, so Anne gets sent back through the portal, and now they're in the human world, and that's how the third season starts. They're in the human world. Like I love the end of the Owl House. We're at the end of season 2, where it's like, oh, we're in the human world now. Holy shit! I did not know this show did it first. Yeah. This show sent all of its characters to the human world first. What? Holy shit. That's kind of cool. I've seen the first few episodes of the next season. I don't know how it all turns out, obviously. But yeah, I've already seen the first few episodes. I know a few things. But yeah, I was just... I did not see... Again, this was the big secret that I just straight up did not see coming, did not know was going to happen. But I'm really glad that it did happen. I think it's a great turn. Seeing the new intro at the end of the episode was pretty great. Gives a lot of promises for the future. So yeah, I was thoroughly caught off by that, but it's a great moment. And yeah, just right as she's getting through, Marcy gets stabbed, and shit. Yeah, I know, again, I know where things are somewhat going. Like, I know a few things. Again, Marcy, I know about the powers. So yeah, I've got a few ideas, but I don't know everything, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it all goes. I don't know how many episodes I am into season, the next season. I want to say they just, what was it? Oh, the museum. I'm at the museum. So, they go to the museum and they find a vase that's got a frog on it. So that's where that is. That's where I left off. And yeah, that's pretty solid. It's just, the second season has been great. Honestly, the second season was great. You got a lot of funny moments. You got some serious ones. And yeah, it's all around, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. We've got one more season. This show, luckily, good a full ending. God, the Owl House got fucking... And I say that, I'm saying that in this moment, because I see Amphibia spending all this time in the human world. And we could have gotten that. We could have gotten an entire half a season of the Owl House in the human world. But nope. It'll never happen. What a shame. That would have been so fun. It would have been so fun. Yeah, so I'm already, right, I'm working my way through the second season. I've still got a way, or a third season. I've still got a ways more to go. We'll probably, maybe November? Maybe we'll finish it. Maybe I'll be back here in November to finish it off. But for now, let's get to our final event of the night. The Owl House has returned. Thanks to them. Thanks to them indeed. So, I'll say at the top, I did watch this episode live. This is the first time I have watched TV live since the finale of Steven Universe. No, maybe the movie. Maybe I saw the movie live. Did I? I think I did. But yeah, so this is the first time I've seen, like, I did not watch Steven Universe Future live. I didn't watch Star vs. the Forces of Evil live. At least, I don't think I did. God, I kind of don't remember. No, I didn't have... What am I saying? I didn't have Disney XD. Of course I didn't. So yeah, this is the first time I've watched a TV show live in a long time. That does not mean I switched back to cable, mind you. I am still all aboard the anti-cable train. I just happen to know people who have cable still. Alright, I just so happen to know people who still have cable. Parents. And so I was like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna come over and steal your cable and watch the Owl House for an hour. I almost missed it. I thought it was coming on at a certain time, and then I realized it was coming on an hour earlier, and I was like, oh shit, pack up, get in the car, let's go, fuck. Okay, right. But no, I did sit down, and I watched cable, and I got to watch it live, and I'm glad I did, because I opened Twitter right afterwards, and the first thing on my dashboard was a massive spoiler. I say dashboard like it's Tumblr. Right? First thing. So I'm glad. Again, the fandom of this show cannot keep the show's secrets. And they 100% reiterated that today. God, it's getting loud out there. So the episode itself was really good. Yeah, guess what? Right, one of the Owl House finales is really good. The show I said was better than Gravity Falls is still really good. Shocker. No, this This episode's great. We pick off right where we left off. They're all in the human world now. We spend some time with them, right? And we spend some time with them as they're recovering. Luz feels terrible. She blames herself. Hunter feels horrible, and he blames himself. They agree not to talk about it. We get a montage of them trying to fix the door. Nothing's working. Basically, this could have the entire first 6 minutes of this episode could have been eight episodes of a third season, right? It could have been so much more. God, what a fucking shame. At least they're getting an ending, you know. At least they're getting an ending. We're not always so lucky. I'm a Symbionic Titan fan, so trust me, we're not always so lucky. Oh wait, that doesn't. Oh, that did work. I miss the jump up walls, and I miss the throwing eggs. If I had two from doing Splatoon 2 again, those are the two things. So yeah, that opening montage could have been an entire season. We'll never get that. We'll only get that in fan fiction and comics. I see those comics on Twitter all the time. I love its name's Mark something. I'll look it up here in a second. I know it's Mark something, who does these Owl House fan comics, and they're honestly they're the closest we'll ever get to something like a full third season. But they're very well done. I love his art style. He greatly gets the show. Great stuff. But yeah, the actual episode starts with, or like once we get past that, the opening montage, the actual episode like fully starts with them finding out about a map. There's a map that leads them to something special, and while they want to look into it, they don't want to worry Luz, right? Because what if this is just another dead end? This will make her feel even worse. So instead, they're going to go look at it in secret, and that's their plan. Because Luz, meanwhile, is dealing in school stuff. Mock? M-A-K? Oh, shit. So, yeah. That's the artist names. Mock. Mock. I don't know. He does fantastic work. That's what I'll say. He does fantastic work. I recommend checking him out on Twitter. God, this is the exact chaos you want in triple golden. Or quadruple golden. Golden question mark? Whatever, this is exactly what I wanted. This was my hope all along. It's chaos. It's utter chaos. Love it. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta focus up. God, this is awesome. God, I'm so glad we got one of these. Oh, it's me! Wow. God, Golden's powerful. Yeah, that's in Golden question mark. That's one of the best modes you can get. Yeah. That's awesome. So yeah, they find this map and they're going to go investigate it without Luz. So that brings them all into town. And they learn about human stuff. They go see giraffes, they get kicked out of a magic store. All sorts of fun little things. You know how it is. So yeah, seeing them go in the town, you know, that's fun. I want to see them interact with human stuff. Luz, meanwhile, is dealing with, all of her guilt. This is all her fault. Right, all of her friends are trapped here because of her. Philip met the Collector because of her. It's all her fault. She feels terrible. There's a great scene where she talks to her mother. And it's just about her struggles, that why isn't her mom angry at her? She has all the right to be. And it's just a fantastic scene. I love everything they do with Camilla in this episode is fantastic. Even like the little, like, so part of the opening montage is Luz coming out as bi to her mother. Great moment. I love all the flags, the montage. It's really cute and really wholesome. But then in the background of the episode, you see Camilla reading books about being an LGBTQ parent and about bisexuality and whatnot. That's so great. And then she stepped up and is caring for all 6 of these kids. And they even talk about, they talk about it, that, oh, she didn't sign up for this, but she's still gonna do it because it's the right thing. They did Camilla so well. God, I love it so much. Supportive parents. Give me a second. What the fuck is this making me cry? Why the... Okay. Collect myself. So yeah, everything with Camilla is fantastic in this episode. You go into... all the characters in town, they eventually go to the museum where we meet the fortune teller from the one where V and Mirror Luz are working through the trying to find out what's going on, trying to get V some magic. There was a fortune teller. And okay, so in the days leading up to this episode, I saw somebody make a joke on Twitter that was like, which one of these 3 characters, and it's that 3 group, the fortune teller and the 2 friends, which one of these characters is going to be revealed to be non-binary? Place your guesses now. And sure enough, they come out as the museum, in charge of the museum, and their nails are black, white, purple, and yellow. Non-binary. Sure enough. Actually, the end credits shows V and them together. Again, I have no idea what their name is. But it shows V and them together, and that's really cute. And when V meets them, V blushes. I love it. No, I'm out. So yeah, and from them they learn that it's actually like a puzzle, and it's leading towards Titan's blood, and there's like a map on it, and they place the map on the town so they know where it's leading. The scrapbook. There's a scrapbook here. That's it. That scrapbook could have been an entire 8 episodes. God, the ice cream sundae date. We could have gotten that. We could have gotten an ice cream sundae date. Because one of the big things was Luz said last season that once they're okay, she's gonna take Amity out on a proper date. And that happened, presumably. We just didn't get to see it. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, there's a whole... So they find out about that. They place it to the town, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do it at the holiday, the Harvest Festival. Basically, there's a Halloween Harvest Festival, and they're gonna show, they're gonna check out the map, they're gonna do a scavenger hunt reveal thing. And then at the end of the scavenger hunt, well, hey, maybe they'll have found Titan's blood. Because that's what the thing is leading towards, Titan's blood. So, that's what's going on with them. Hunter, meanwhile, swears he sees Bellos. So, him and Luz go looking in the old house, and they don't find anything. But Hunter gets infected, because he got a cut earlier on a sewing machine. Which, I love his little sewing machine. I love the wolves. I love that he mentions Darius. because yeah, Darius was the closest thing he had to a real dad. So that's all good. That's all good. I love you're right, the wolf shirt. I love, oh my, okay, another thing about Camilla, her nightmare, where she talks about like, oh, it's right in the nightmare, one of the parents is like, oh, it smells like wolves in here, right? Or like something like that. She's like, wolves are actually great parents. Fantastic. The nightmare is fantastic. Because, you know, she's trying to support her daughter. But being a parent's hard. But she's trying her best. Because she really does care about her. Another great moment. Great moment. God, it takes so many hits to break these things. So yeah, they go and investigate, and Hunter gets infected. And right, you slowly see creeping up. They announce the Halloween Fest thing. Again, I might be doing some of this out of order. But Amity says, let's go to the Halloween Fest together. And I knew exactly what they were going to go as costumes as. And when you actually see them... Azura and Hecate... They look so good. I especially love Amity as Hecate. God, she looks so good in that outfit. So yeah, the whole, you know, Halloween's just fun. Halloween's fun. It's a great setting, especially for a show like this. It all works out right. It looks great, and I love how they all have the different costumes. And then there's right like Amity and a Luz match, Gus and Hunter match. But then you have Willow, who's the sore thumb, and her just cute little bat costume. Now, okay, so with Gus and Hunter, they get big into Star Trek because they find a bunch of Star Trek stuff in the basement. It's not called Star Trek. I don't remember what it's called, but it's Star Trek, right? And then you find out, the mom finds out, Camilla, and she's super embarrassed by it. And I fucking love that. I love that, yeah. She was just, right, in the same way Luz is into her, what is basically Harry Potter, right? She was into Star Trek. That was her thing back in the day, right? And again, she's trying to relate to her daughter, but she's kind of embarrassed by it, you know? So that was so good. And, like, even in the closet, you find out that, Luz's dad, whose name I'm forgetting, it was all, right, there's a box labeled his cosplay stuff. So he was also a fan. So that's really good as well. That's another great detail. That yeah, it just shows you more. It just shows you more about them. So at the harvest, we get the story of the two witch hunters of Gravesfield. And we learn that, right, Caleb fell in love with Evelyn? I think it's Evelyn. Because it's Evelyn, Gwendolyn, and Edelyn. So yeah, I think it's Evelyn. And right, Evelyn Flapjack was either Evelyn's familiar, or she made it for Caleb. Because you see Flapjack in this reenactment, but it horrifies Hunter. And right, everyone else is like, wait, what's going... Right, they notice something's up. So Hunter spills the beans to Luz that there's a map and they should just go investigate. But he's also being infected by Bellows, and you see the blue eyes, that something's clearly up there. Oh, look, there's an Amity. Isn't that fitting? So yeah, they go and investigate, and Hunter's meanwhile is being infected. Flapjack can tell something's up, but they eventually arrive at this old sunken graveyard. And it kicks off, right? Hunter slash gets fully possessed. His design completely changes. He goes to kill Luz, gets the Titan blood instead. So he's got that. And then everyone else shows up. We get a fight scene. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The fight scenes in this show are immaculate. Some of the best TV animation I have ever seen. It's so fluid. It's so well done. And this one is fantastic. With all of them fighting Hunter. Oh, something I forgot. Something I just forgot. So, right, Luz hasn't had magic. But then one day on her note, right, she's been drawing the symbols on her notebook. And then all of a sudden, she gets a little burnt. So she realizes that magic's, right, the closer you get to the Titan's blood, the more magic you have. So, yeah, so to find the magic, because she loses Hunter. So to find Hunter, she, starts creating these, like, little ball uses the light spell. And it just creates these little tiny balls. Just her little bit of hope. But it leads the way, and she eventually finds them. Great visual metaphor. Really well done. So yeah, after the fight, right, they're more or less getting their ass kicked. But Hunter takes control, or Bellos goes to kill Flapjack. Hunter's able to take control, goes to get rid of the Titan's blood. Bellos jumps in. Camilla jumps, because Camilla showed up at some point. And then Camilla jumps in to save Hunter. She does, but Bellos gets, right, he was able to get the Titan's blood. He gets out of Hunter, effectively killing him. More or less, you know. Luz, right, it's also during this that, they learn that Luz, right, helped Philip meet the Collector. They learn that, Hunter's a Grimwalker, even though they don't know what that is. They just know he is. And, what else do they learn? Also, so Bellos creates a new portal right there in the graveyard. How does that... Maybe it's just easier to create a portal in the human realm. Because, right, the door took so much effort. But he's just able to use this little vial of Titan's blood. And boom, brand new door. I mean, it doesn't last forever, obviously. The door was a more permanent solution. But yeah, creates this gateway, and Bellos is able to escape back through. And now comes the part of our story that gets a little bit sad. Hunter is dying. More or less. And so Flapjack sacrifices himself to save Hunter. It comes at the cost of Flapjack. And afterwards, right, it's like, don't tell me, I already know. Hunter's scar on his face, he gets a new one. But his eyes also change color from like a reddish to a brown. Which, is he human now? Right now he's got a normal human eye color. Is he human now? Also, I haven't said anything, but I am in favor of Hunt Low. And yeah, this episode does give us a lot more of information on that. Right? It gives us a lot more cute moments. We got back, and Hunter cuts off his little hair dealy. We got it back at the end of the episode, but at what cost? At what cost? But yeah, it gets down to the doorway. Oh yeah, I remember why Camilla shows up. Okay, I was going to talk about this right now, but I'll talk about it. Yeah. Okay, that's what brings her here. So Camilla shows up because she finds Luz's computer, and on it, Luz had recorded a video message that's saying that she's going to decide to stay in the human world. If this all works out, nope, she's going to stay in the human world, guaranteed, right? Because she being in the demon world has only made things worse. So the only way she can do better is to stay in there. And Camilla comes after her. Right? To stop her from doing that. Because she realizes the truth. Because she does care about her daughter. The one thing from the computer that I did notice. So in the episode with the fighting tournament, where Luz and Amity talk about right, Luz losing her dad. She says that it happened a really long time ago. She was pretty young, but she was old enough to have, right, she's much older than I'd think, right? She says it happened when she was pretty young. No, she was much older than she was letting on. She wasn't, I don't think she was a teenager yet. But she has this computer, she's been making this video diary. She's clearly older than she was originally letting on. For sure, without a doubt. So that was something that surprised me. But it makes sense. But yeah, you see through her video diary as she loses her, right? She loses her father. But one of the last things he did was give her the book. So now she's got the Azura, and she just loves it, right? Again, I know it's one of those things where I'm, right, like I talked earlier about fuck J.K. Rowling, right? She fully admitted that she feels no remorse for her actions, and seeing her checks for how much money she makes each month from royalties, right, it helps with that feeling. And it's all the proof I need to be like, fuck J.K. Rowling, fuck Harry Potter, don't financially support her. But then, right, I think of stuff like this, and it's like, no, things like these they're there when you need them the most. They do help people out. It's why I struggle so much right now to get rid of Achievement Hunter. Yeah, they've done tons of terrible things. But they were there when I needed them. And it's hard to get rid of it. It's something I'm thinking about, you know? So, that's all great. And then before Luz can tell everyone that she doesn't want to go through the door, Camilla interrupts her and is like, if you're going, I'm not letting you go without me. So they each, one by one, go through the door, and that's where the episode ends. We don't even know what happens. We don't. We're gonna have to wait until next year to find out if Rain is dead. I don't think they are. Again, sticking with the comics, I really hope they got married, because that's one of the things that happens in the comic that they did in the comics, which was funny. But yeah, we don't even know. I just want them to all work out. God, this was a great episode. God, who knows when it's coming to Disney Plus? Who knows when I'll actually be able to watch it again? I definitely do. I have, honestly, if I ever need like a show to put on in the background, for the past like not 6 months, but you know, since June, it's been the Owl House. If I need a show to put on in the background, I just put on the Owl House. I can't even tell you the last time I watched a Joseph Anderson video. Right? That used to be my go-to. Now it's been weeks. Just messed up. So yeah, I loved it. I think it was a great episode. I can't wait for more. But we've got a while to wait. And now there are 2. I hope it all wraps up well. Any predictions for the end? Nope, I've got nothing. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. Because I get rewatching my reviews for season 1 and 2, which I've been putting out on YouTube this week, I realize how much I get wrong. Like, the one that killed me is fucking calling Hunter the Golden Boy. Like, I know Darius calls him the Golden Boy, but I call Hunter the Golden Boy like 20 times when it should have been Golden Guard. I don't know. It was really funny. At least I thought it was funny. God, I get so much shit wrong. I got so much shit wrong tonight, I'm sure of it. But yeah, I literally have nothing. Who knows where it's going to end? Who knows what's going to be with the Collector? Is the door going to stay? Are the 2 worlds going to be connected? Because, again, King's Blood. Or are they, right, is Luz going to have to say goodbye and never return? Who knows? Do they go the route of Amphibia, or do they go the route of Star versus the Forces of Evil? It's the flip of a coin, so let's flip a coin. I have no idea where that went. Fuck, I have no idea where that went. Let's just pretend it landed on the good ending. Let's just pretend that landed on the good. I'll check it later. I'll see if I can find it after we do this. Yeah, I'm just wherever the show goes, I'll be there. I know I'm not gonna make any more big statements. I'm gonna wait to see how it ends before I make any more big statements. But so far, it's looking very good. The future is bright. Even if everyone treats animation like garbage. Like, I didn't even talk tonight about how bad things are going at Cartoon Network. Like, by God. Oh my God. Alright, let me see if I can find it real quick. Found a Lego. Let's not work another game. Give me a second. Where's a light? Oh God, this room is so small. Oh fuck. Oh my God, it's way back there. Spoiler alert, it did not end well. Nope, I got the bad ending, so looks like everything's gonna go to shit. Sorry. Alright, I guess let's go to the outro. We did a lot today. Gold Salmon Run, again, it only comes out like 2-3 times a year. So even though we should be doing Splatoon 3, nope. For one night, one special, I thought it'd make sense. Oh, look at all those tickets. Yeah. Nah. Oh, we got the beekeeper thing? Nah. I'll keep main power up. And whatever. Alright. 2.5 out of 3. So yeah, that was one last trip into Splatoon 3. Or Splatoon 2. You know, the Golden will eventually come to 3. A random already happened. I think a random happened October 1st. So it's only a matter of time until a Golden happens. I'd give it 6 months, obviously, but it'll happen eventually. What outfit am I wearing? Oh, I must have been training that shirt last time. Because, yeah, there's my swim speed shirt. And there are my boots. And there's my headgear. Oh, yeah. Because this is my normal outfit. Yep. Yep, that seems about right. Pair that with us. I did have the sploosh, right? Yeah, I did have my sploosh. My baby sploosh. that is now infinitely more worse in the next game because they give it fucking hammer. God, when did I get... I know I had a lot of sea snails. I do not remember having 300 sea snails. When the fuck did I get 300? That doesn't seem right to me. I know I've spent sea snails in this game. There's no way I have 300. What? I still have a bunch of food tickets, right? I have 38. Okay, so I used to have, I want to say 99. I don't think I got infinite in any of these. God, 300 sea snake. Again, once I got my all-speed gear in my normal set, that was it. Never used anything else. I'm definitely diversifying in the new game. Back for... Back for Salmon Run. Yep. You got me. I miss them. Honestly, I miss these two. I can't wait for them to come back as damp socks. Can't come soon enough. Well, it'll happen eventually. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for today. We talked about a lot. I mean, yeah, we definitely did. Did I talk? No, I didn't. I was going to say, did I talk about the Owl House just one episode longer than I did the first 2 seasons? No. No, I didn't. Yeah. The season 2 video for the Owl House, the stream highlight, will be up tomorrow. I was going to upload it today, and then I forgot. I just straight up realized, like, basically an hour before watching the new episode, where I was like, oh yeah, I was going to upload the old one. Shit. So yeah, that happened right before. But I've already uploaded it. It's scheduled to go up tomorrow morning. So yeah, or well, tomorrow afternoon. Right at noon. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. And then I'll probably do tonight's thing next week. That'll go up next Saturday. So yeah. Yeah, see. Other than that, I don't know what the fuck else we're doing. Other than in chat, yeah, I mean, I'd love to do some Pikmin 3, but knowing me, God, no, I'm the worst. I'll never get around to that. Maybe in November. Maybe in November. Honestly, at least I've been able to keep this show running. At least I've been able to keep this show running. So yeah, that's where we're going to end off. Oh, get out of my face. Let's go back over here to the corner. Nobody will interrupt me in the corner. So yeah, that's where we're going to end off tonight. Tomorrow, or yeah, next week we'll be back with more. Maybe other news stories. I don't know. I ignored a lot. We'll talk about Batman next week. We'll talk about Pokemon. Oh god, yeah. I created a fucking chart, and we're gonna go over it in detail next week. So I expect to spend like half an hour talking about that. The chart. Bum bum bum. Yeah, for now, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time. Peace.